fees. I've been doing it in my company now for over a decade. Wow. I've made over $51 million in earned income in network marketing, and I pay taxes. In network marketing, if it was a scam, you wouldn't be paying no IRS. So I pay taxes, and I just think that people just have poor information. And I think that right now, network marketing is one of the greatest ways to get started. Jim Rohn was a network marketer. Donald Trump was a network marketer.
That's not what a pyramid scheme is. Either she truly doesn't know the real definition, or she intentionally gives the fake definition out every time she's asked this question as a defense mechanism. She's admitted to scamming people in the past. So how about we just kill the benefit of the doubt?
But then I went to scamming because that was a little bit more discreet. You know what I mean? So I would get dressed up like I was going to work, and I would assume identities, and I was doing all kind of stuff, writing checks, cashing checks, yes, going to Home Depot, Office Depot, all that. Like I did all of that. I used to shoplift.
Here's the real one. A pyramid scheme is a form of investment in which each paying participant recruits more participants, with returns being given to early participants using money contributed by the later ones. So a Ponzi scheme plus recruitment of other investors. Notice I didn't say shit about paying taxes, celebrities, paying for something and getting nothing in return. None of that. If most or even a quarter of your income comes from recruiting people and not from the products being sold to people, you're in a pyramid scheme.
That's just the bottom line.
How do we know most of their income comes from recruitment, Cam? Their income disclosure statements. This is where we get into the details, and y'all know that's my favorite part. In February 2023, the FTC took a look at 70 income disclosure statements, ranging from household names to smaller companies. What they found isn't shocking to me, but it might be to some of y'all who still hold on to MLMs as a solid business model. The FCC found that most of these reports, A, present income data that excludes participants who made little or no income. B, do not account for expenses.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Come on in here, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in the room.
C,
come on the porch.
Amounts earned by
and let's discuss this topic here.
And D, present income data in confusing or ambiguous ways to hide the scam. They found that the vast majority received $1,000 or less per year. That's less than $84 a month on average. If they received any...
All right, y'all, let's talk about this here. First, let me tell y'all who Stormy Wellington is. Let's talk about Stormy Wellington, y'all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome. What's up, YouTube? Stormy Wellington is a young lady that I worked with in a company called Artists International. And I also went and worked with her in a company called Organic Gold, when we sold coffee. And I also fucked with her with a company called Total Life Changes. Made a little money with them shits, with them companies, you know, MLM schemes. But I ultimately left them because I realized that if you're not at the forefront when them schemes pop off, you ain't gonna make no fucking money. Network marketing. All right. Stormy Wellington, motivational speaker and wealth coach. Stormy Wellington, often known as Coach Stormy, has faced several viral, controversial issues and professional shifts. Low vibrational plate controversy. In October 2022, Wellington went viral after a video showed her criticizing a retreat participant's meal as having low vibration. She later defended her stance by citing her own definition of vibration and wellness. Her departure from Total Life Changes, TLC. In August 2025, she announced she had officially left TLC, a multi-level marketing company where she was a top earner. This followed long-standing criticism from some online creators who characterized her business model as exploitative. Well, all network marketing is exploitative. All pyramid schemes, which you'll get into. Restructuring and life changes. By late 2025, Wellington spoke publicly about restructuring her life and business after experiencing pain and agony from ending various personal and professional relationships. She had a public falling out with her daughter, Tammy Canty, who accused Wellington of cutting her off financially. All right. Let's get into it, guys.
For young black kids from poor backgrounds, there aren't a lot of ways out. At least that's what it can seem like until more of those options are presented to you. If you have kids on top of that, the road just got a lot more rough. Today, we're covering a serial multi-level marketing scammer and lifestyle guru, an absolute monster of financial exploitation whose background I sympathize with. But that doesn't justify what she became. Y'all have been requesting this for 2 years, since my very first episode of Deep Dives. I didn't do it back then because it felt too obvious, but then I realized that if people are still getting scammed, then the job isn't done. It's time to go to work. There's 2 things that make these investigations possible. Y'all's support and sponsors like Oracle.
Shit, if stripper wasn't bad, like if you was a stripper, you was doing big things.
It still ain't bad.
You know, it's
Still
not.
ain't bad.
You know
I
what
go
I mean?
to strip clubs and I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that.
Right. So I did it because it was the thing to do. But I started as a stripper when I was 13. Many people don't know that.
That's
My mom was in Jamaica trafficking her drugs, and she got stuck over there.
She's not Jamaican though.
My mom and my dad both born in Jamaica.
What?
Yeah, my mom both born from Kingston. Yeah, I told you no, Miss Ayani.
Oh, yes.
They never did know you. You're a little bit more real than me. Cause you gotta see good pop I sound like the fake
No,
one.
you still got it.
Yeah, I got a little piece, little bit.
No, stop, Stormy. I'm fine.
Yes.
Side note, the wine glasses with the straws in it are killing me, bro. Okay, back to the serious stuff. Trigger warning for topics involving violence and self-harm. If you don't want to take any of that in right now, skip to this timestamp. All right? Let's keep
Can
going.
y'all hear what's going on?
So because of it, I went to foster care. I was in foster care.
Can y'all hear what's going on? I'm on the porch,
My
y'all.
older brother ended up coming to get me. Me and my younger brother. I was abused as a child.
Black Goldberg, what's up?
My mom trusted us to live.
6767. Uncle Aztec, what's good? Can y'all hear the TV?
Then I became a stripper at 13. Wow. Then I dropped out of school in the 9th grade because of it.
She became a stripper at 13, y'all.
At 15.
First child at
I had to
15.
go strip to pay for my child, to take care of my child.
Uh-huh.
I was in a strip club at 13 because my water was off at home, and I found out that you could make some money in a strip club, and I went to a strip club and ended up making me $600, and I paid the water bill.
Uh-oh, sorry, y'all.
I was like 9.
Trying to set this shit up,
I
bro.
come home after getting shot in the head. I never had therapy.
She had a rough childhood, y'all. Rough up. Can y'all hear this TV?
You know, when I was a stripper, it wasn't for luxury. I needed to turn the water back on. Yeah, so I mean, when I was like 9, I watched my brother come home after getting shot in the head. I never had therapy. You know, when I was a stripper, it wasn't for luxury. I needed to
Good evening, good evening. Shantae, can you hear the TV?
Very young.
Yeah.
So people see me, I'm 44 years old now. But I'm like,
Shantae,
wow,
welcome.
because of what I had to go through at a young age. But I had my first child at 15.
Wow. But it was worth it because now you look at you now.
My whole family was drug dealers. All I saw was keys of cocaine at 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
My mom trafficked drugs.
Bitch
I used
lying.
to know when she was going to traffic.
Bitch
She
is
would tell me
lying.
when I was 8 years old, and I used to be praying, is my mom going to come back?
Wow.
I met my baby daddy in the strip club. And when I had my daughter, I
Okay, you
realized
can
that
hear it?
if
Good.
I keep doing what I'm doing, she may look at me as an example. And I didn't want my daughter to be inspired by no stripper.
Wow.
So I got out of the strip club mainly because I wanted to be an inspiration to my daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to think that that was okay.
Yeah.
But then I went to scamming. You're not strong until you have to deal
She
with
went
the
from the
back of
strip
a
club
mom.
to scamming, y'all.
So I felt like I was in a world by myself.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many friends and family members, or even if you got your dad, when you lose your mom, that is the most emptiest feeling in the world.
The most emptiest feeling in the world.
I went from being this big millionaire on buses and billboards to overweight, 30 pounds overweight, to literally like one click away from applying for food stamps. And so that season I was depressed, I was suicidal. Like, there were days I was gonna kill myself. Like, I literally was ready to take the pills, like ready to take my life, because I couldn't put the pieces together living without my mom. And that was the darkest season of my life, wishing that I wasn't alive. My prayer was, God, don't wake me up tomorrow.
That was a lot. That's a lot for any person to go through. And I can absolutely see how it would shape your mindset to disregard any sense of ethics and just go into survival mode. It isn't an excuse, but it does help us get inside the brain of a person who would go on to exploit tens of thousands of people with zero remorse. The next piece of the persona is the hustle grind set mentality, telling yourself that only the strong survive and pretending anybody can succeed like you did. In reality, if you didn't start the MLM or join early, you probably won't succeed. This persona
Absolutely
sometimes takes the shape
correct.
of acapella rap lines.
If your ass wasn't there when that shit started, you ain't gonna make no
So you
fucking
gotta learn
money,
how to
homie.
maneuver in different rooms. I'm not a fake, I'm not a fraud. I don't pretend, I don't manipulate and connive, and I don't do that.
You
Like,
do
I'm
all
really
that shit, bitch.
a woman of respect, integrity, character,
You a
honor.
lying
And that's spelled
motherfucker.
bitch, by the way. That's an acronym.
Say it again. Somebody got to write that down.
You know, the freedom process is incomplete until you're making money in your sleep. I say all the time, people don't hate, just innovate.
Is that Jamal Bryant interviewing her? Nah. That's Cam Jones.
Puzzle. Their network of enablers and affiliates who solely exist to gas up other grifters and keep themselves relevant in the process. I've been teasing all her references to God throughout, and that pays off right now as we check in with Pastor Jamal Bryant on his Let's Be Clear.
Here go Jamal Bryant right here. You done spoke the nigga up. Oh, shit.
Today, I am so super
Yo, Shantae,
excited.
how the fuck?
I am not just an influencer, but an impactor for this generation. A lot of people are standing on
Shantae,
business,
a goddamn
but it's
psychic.
all
I'm gonna
show
start the psychic
business,
network now.
not
Fuck it, I
real
got me a
business.
psychic.
This amazing woman
Amazing.
has pulled herself up by her own bootstraps.
Bootstraps.
And you will invariably be listed in the Hall of Fame for the 21st century for black women who not just
These
made
boots is made for
business
walking.
happen, but made business happen for other people.
Yes.
You're probably, if not one of the most successful black women in your field. If you were a male, if you were Storm Wellington, there would be by now a movie autobiography of your life.
If she was a male, they'd already made a movie.
Shirley Chisholm, our glorification of money.
Like she
in
Shirley
American
Chisholm.
culture,
Shirley
and
Chisholm.
by extension, black culture is already annoying. But when it's a man of the cloth doing it,
Come
a
on
godly
now.
man, a pulpit pimp, that's particularly infuriating. This admitted former scammer graduated to a more sophisticated scam. And
He was
just so
talking to
wrapped
her
up
on
in
one
the
of the
dollar
what now?
amount that you did zero research into the downsides of this entire industry.
He's such a
And
damn
your flock
fairy.
is watching this.
Amen.
But
Glory to God's name.
MLMs are a good
Jamal
business to
Bryant is
invest in.
gay
I
as
don't really have a
fuck.
lot of friends. You know, I have a lot of
I
business
don't know
partners,
why he
and
keep marrying
my
these women
business
and
is so
ruining their
fun,
lives.
It's so exciting that I don't have a lot of time for extracurricular stuff. Like, my fun is getting money.
It's not okay.
Her fun
in
is
the long
scamming
term
people,
to
y'all.
not have friends. Everyone needs friends. If you have habits that alienate friends and leave you with only business associates, you are a vampire.
Money
Vampire.
is a tool. At first you fight to get money, to pay the light bill, to pay the water bill. And then you realize that, okay, you have to be present to get every dime. And so now when I look at money, I think about, how do I get more freedom from my money?
Yeah.
So when I started to hang around Grant Cardone and Elena Cardone, and I saw how they was making all that passive income
Grant
off of real
Cardone.
estate, that was the aha moment. When
He
I
got
looked
plenty
at
of my
people in
money
network
over the
marketing,
years. I ain't gonna lie.
that you get to make money
I
in
took a
your
lot
sleep,
of
it's
Grant
like, oh, wait a
Cardone
minute.
training.
That tracks. Grant Cardone is just like her, except white and a man.
I
Yep.
remember what it felt like to have to clock into work to make $13 an hour. For the boss to say, hey, I'm gonna give you a 25-cent raise. And really realize, hold on, wait a minute, y'all giving me a 25-cent raise after I collected $1 million. I don't know if I told you that story.
No.
So I used to work for collections, and I collected over $1 million in closed accounts for the collection company in 7 months. And because of my performance, the boss was like, I'm gonna give you a raise. At the time, my water was off again back home. My lights was about to be turned off. My car was in real estate status. So I'm thinking I'm about to get $5 raise, $6 raise. I'm gonna go from $15 to $18, $19 an hour. And they gave me a 25-cent raise, and they made a big deal out of that 25-cent raise. And I learned that my coworkers, the biggest raise they had given out in 15 years was 10 cents. Ooh. And so when I looked at that 25 cents, it made me want to explore other opportunities.
It made her say, fuck this shit.
What a shitty job.
These niggas robbing me. So I got to figure out how to go out here and rob me some motherfuckers.
It's kind of what 9 to 5s are. And I'm sure.
And then her scamming career took off, yo.
Recruit the entire world into a pyramid scheme.
And so network marketing, residual income, real estate residual income, and that's my priority right now, to create things that doesn't necessarily need my presence or my brand, but more of my intellectual property and my mindset is how I'm going to get more wealth.
Turning your life into a joy destruction factory by joining organizations where 96% of participants don't earn enough money every year to pay off rent for 1 month. To create passive income. She's not wrong. She has to keep hustling eternally to replace all the people who leave every month because they're not making money.
That's right. You got to keep that turnover.
Her own rank.
MLM is a high turnover rate business, yo.
Nah, she's also wrong about that. It's very active. I was forced to watch a lot of podcasts to make this episode, as y'all can see by now. I want to focus on the sheer amount of them as we close out.
I need to learn how to make StreamYard videos, y'all.
You got this house.
I need somebody to sit down with me and teach me how to make StreamYard videos.
Taylor, Eric Warray, Pete Vargas, Nene.
That's what I need. And I need somebody to make me a resume.
Even more aggressively sold out version of
Because I'm sick of fucking waiting. How about that? I need somebody to make me a fucking resume. Because Chat GPT ain't it.
I've helped over 51 women become millionaires and multimillionaires. You're next. I'm here to unlock the next level of wealth, freedom, fulfillment, and feminine power. So hit the follow button.
I've worked with many multi-millionaire females.
And get ready.
Another one named Helen Delahousse from a company called Artists. Her and Stormy Wellington were business partners for a while.
She called this interview "How Stormy Wellington Built Her
Dorothy
Empire
Cook,
Without a Safety
another
Net
one.
or Degree." Here's how. Eric Warray is a notorious serial network marketing consultant and influencer involved in so many other MLMs.
My whole world, what's going on?
While
I just heard you mention
creating
somewhere.
Network marketing.
Oh, somebody's live. That's what it
platform
was.
selling
What's
tools
up, my
to
whole
network
world?
marketing participants. Because the people making the real money in any gold rush are flipping the shovels. Pete Vargas is her business partner, who she threw an event called Millionaire School with.
Millionaire
Nene
School.
Leakes, the infamous reality TV personality, helps her get in deeper with
Nene
low-income
Leakes.
and middle-class black women. The Lifetime Network, $1 Million Hustle. Yes, they actually gave her a show.
Coach Stormy is like Superman to these women.
I
Yep.
really believe she's anointed. Anybody who can just like breathe life into somebody, I mean, come on.
I meditate and I do my little thing, my feng shui. And I can try to find this little track with it. I can't be in this church ladies on all day. I dare you to see who you can become in 30 days. So I got my start in network marketing and made some initial money and used it as a stepping stone to build my multi-million-dollar empire. And now I sell coaching and training programs. I do events and seminars. I have my
Actually,
own
Shantae, she was scamming from young. She was scamming. She was a 13-year-old stripper scamming. So she just went back to scamming after she got that 25-cent raise and felt
Just like
disrespected.
Pastor Bryant did. It's a YouTube series, by the way. This wasn't a TV show. The Onion joke that BET's content wouldn't change if white supremacists ran it is still accurate. I really don't have much to say about the Digital Social Hour pod, besides the fact that this interviewer is a zillennial.
I have a 27-year-old son.
Damn, that's my age.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, I have a son your age.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
A zillennial. Is that the new term? Zillennial?
Why are you here?
I like
So
that.
when I went to Atlanta, and I
Not a
saw
millennial, not a Generation Z, but a fucking zillennial.
Bentleys and
Make note of that, y'all.
in Miami. I never
Fucking
saw a person
YNs
that
are
was legal
zillennials.
driving around in big cars. And when I went to Atlanta and I saw that, and then I also saw friendly black people. I wasn't used to that. I'm used to black people. They ready
Mary
to fight,
Cosby?
they ready to shoot you. They ready to do something.
Nah, let's go ahead and
But
look
in
her
Atlanta,
ass up.
they was waving, hi.
Fuck,
how
I
you
need to
doing?
know
How
about
you doing?
Mary
I moved
Cosby.
into a community. They would come knock on the door and say hi. That was
Hey Siri,
weird to
who
me.
is
I was
Mary
like,
Cosby?
but that's where I learned the power of networking.
Here's some info about Mary Cosby.
And the shortcut to success is mentors and coaches. And so moving to Atlanta, on top of deciding I was not a peasant at that job at TSA, was my breakthrough moment.
So this is our fault.
Salt Lake City? I ain't even know they had a fucking Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Never heard of them. I'm on our ass now. I'm gonna do my research, Shante.
It's going to be a massive grift that takes advantage of the time, energy, and money you've been working so hard.
Tell us in the comment section a little bit about Mary Cosby.
Stormy is not your coach, and she's not like us.
Stormy's not your coach.
The world she lives in,
she's not like us.
A financially exploitative monster. If that isn't low vibrational, I seriously don't know what is. Ending on a positive note, don't forget to check out our Deep Dives resource library, which now lives on my own site.
Yes, I heard about Mary.
Yes, we've covered in
I
this
did.
series.
Now that you said
Plus,
that, yes, I
links
did.
to the relevant episodes. There's plenty of links to studies,
We'll cover her
and
ass.
PDFs to help you make sense of MLMs and prove to you that they're scams.
Pimptress in the pulpit.
I spent a lot of time on this. So if you're watching these videos and you're not
I ain't
subscribed,
never even heard of a
lot of you
Pimptress
are.
before, but god damn, we're gonna have to use that one too.
Y'all got the information now. Can't say I ain't tell you.
Yes, sir. No, I got some options. I just don't go on my phone to leave them alone. They trying to be stocky. I pick them
Well, let's continue with the theme. Stormy Wellington.
You ain't a boss. Initials out of my coffee. Refuse to my brain.
Stormy Wellington, millionaire manipulator.
Who is Stormy Wellington?
Who is she?
I don't do it anymore, and I have no need to do it with you. I'm very unhappy with yourself. You were trying to start. It's like you want to find a reason not to talk to me. Like you really like conversation.
She like confrontation, yo. She like to be in the mix of shit.
She's too emotional for me. This show ain't gonna work for her because she's too emotional.
Shante said she was getting them people's money in Utah. Yes, all. Yes, all.
Hey, hello,
all that
I'm
she
Julie
could get.
Joe. Welcome to my channel. If you're new
Fuck you
here,
mean?
welcome. Hit the
All
subscribe
she
button,
could
the
get.
like button, and the bell button if you want to get alerted when I post. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Today,
Shut up, bitch.
so we will be covering quite a few large events in her life, talking about her multi-level.
Shut up, bitch. Get to the
Her life. She's known as an entrepreneur, a coach as you see on her Instagram, a spiritual leader of sorts with her guided meditations, a successful businesswoman and CEO with her company called Girl Hold My Hand,
Girl, hold my hand.
an author, but most importantly, and what's often pushed to the side in my opinion, but has gotten her these titles,
Girl, hold
is
my hand.
at the top of a company called TLC,
Hit that like button, y'all.
also known as Total Life
5
Changes,
likes. Come on now.
which is a multi-level marketing company. But who is she really? This is a deep dive into Stormy Wellington's life from her very difficult beginnings
Who is she
to what her
really?
life is today. This is for educational purposes only, and you can find my resources in the description below.
That's
All
right.
opinions are my own. This content is not intended to incite hate towards Stormy or any individual or entity. Do not seek out any individual featured in my videos. Bullying will not be tolerated.
That's right.
The beginning. Stormy
Come over here
Wellington
with
did
that
have a
bullying
very
shit.
difficult upbringing as a child who grew up in New York, moved to San Francisco, and eventually rooted and
New
raised in
York,
Miami, Florida.
stand up.
On her website, it says, at an early age, Stormy got a very different perspective on emotions that would be a driving force of what she desires to be known for, which she says is love. Growing up in foster
The hoe
care
can hang a
throughout
dress,
high
I'll tell
school
you
and
that
ninth
shit.
grade, stripping to provide
can
for a
hang a
family at
motherfucking
13.
dress,
Some
baby.
instances she
I'll
uses
tell
the
you
age
that.
of 16 instead of 13. Either way, it was well before the age that was legal to do. Watching her mom go to prison, becoming a teen mom herself at 15, holding her mom's hand at death, making millions and losing it all, only to come right back up and climb again to the top. This proves Stormy to be the embodiment
Making
of strength,
millions, losing it
resilience,
all,
and determination. There's
and
no doubt in
climbing
our
back
minds
to the
that Stormy
top.
Wellington is a strong person. And as someone who is not a person of
Success
color as
story of a
myself, I will
scammer.
not be speaking on certain issues and certain topics in this video. I would love to hear my colleagues who are people of color, and I will fully support their videos and what they bring to light in any of these topics.
Wait a minute
if
now,
they
you
choose
sound
to
a
do
little
so.
racist. Hold on.
Continuing on her website,
Is you a racist?
Stormy spends hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on her own self-improvement to expand her knowledge, network, fellowship, and inspiration to continue to build Girl Hold My Hand movement.
And that shit worked.
Although her teachings
Trust
can
me.
help inspire everyone, Stormy believes she is truly the voice of the colored women. Her heart is for the Girl Hold My Hand tribe, to include women that have been through adversity, people that were told they wouldn't amount to anything, the ones who were the least and the last, the ones who were counted out, people who are discouraged, confused, uncertain, and have no clear vision of what they want in their life. Stormy says, "When I finish with you, you believe that there's nothing that you cannot do. You become a limitless being."
She make
This
you a
is something
believer.
you can surely praise Stormy
Shit.
for. By the age of 18, she had bought a house. In her lifetime, she's owned 3 boutiques and has been a TSA
Bought her
agent
first house
before
at
her
18,
success
y'all.
in network marketing. Through her organization, Girl Hold My Hand, she helps many women grow and follow their dreams. She's created an acronym named PHUCK, which stands for People Hate, You Create. She chose the word create with a K because it means to forge history, evidence, origin for your good, to lie to yourself.
That's what it
She's
means.
also written books. These books include 21 Irrefutable Laws of Recruitment, The Quiet Storm, My Life, My Process, My Victory,
My life,
and
my
9
life, my
Laws of
life, my
Success.
life.
Attract health, love, life, and success to your life. This leads us into one of her first series, Beyond the Pole. Beyond the Pole is a TV show that Stormy Wellington was a part of for the very first season. Beyond the Pole is the day and the life of 6 popular Atlanta strippers trying desperately to start businesses off the pole.
Go ahead and look it
Stormy
up,
was
y'all.
there to be a health
Beyond
coach to these
the
women.
pole.
When we look into Beyond the Pole, she
'Cause
was
I'm about
not
to.
invited to the second season due to some issues with having her on the first season. As we look into the TV series and the first season, we can see what those issues are pretty clearly, and as well as the reviews. So let's start by looking at the reviews first.
One season on YouTube. Beyond the Pole, y'all. One season on YouTube.
There are
Let's see,
many reviews, to say the least. We will be looking at not only 1-star reviews, but at 5-star. So we see that Beyond the Pole Season 1 has 3.1 out of 5 stars. The first review that you see when you look at the review list is this 5-star review. But the title of it says Dump.
Let me pause that real quick. Give you a brief synopsis of the show right there. Beyond the Pole. If you're interested, go ahead and check that out. You got to buy it, though. I ain't buying a motherfucking thing because I can't afford it. I'm just a YouTube content creator. All right. Now back to the content.
Stormy. She adds 0 to the show other than show money can't buy class. This person says, much respect to the ladies. Their stories are interesting and such good moms. Look forward to learning more about your lives on and off stage.
5
I'm
episodes.
only on episode 4, but had to stop to say, get rid of Stormy. What an arrogant, unpleasant female. I believe she'd hoped to rope them into her pyramid scheme. She's not looking to lift other black women up. She's looking for more victims.
She's looking to
talk about
exploit
money
people
and what she has.
and make
Talking
money.
about hiring someone to injure and permanently maim a perfectly polite, reasonable young woman. Yikes. What I found interesting was the part where she says, well, everything about Stormy, talking about arrogant and unpleasant, but also talking about hiring someone to injure and permanently maim a perfectly polite, reasonable young woman. I wanted to get both sides, so I watched the show.
For real. For real. It's a little unnerving for me. It didn't really sit well with me at all. Believe that. That's her goal. You won't be able to go to work no more. That's the bitch I am. Girl, I'm not going to touch you, girl. I'm too beautiful for that. I'm not going to do that. I would pay somebody else to touch you. Why would I do that? That's what money is for.
She pay somebody else to touch you.
That's what money is for.
That's what money's for, son.
Right here it says,
To pay
I like
people to
everyone
touch people.
Except Stormy.
Nah, I'm about to
A
touch you
customer review
myself.
left 3 stars
Fuck
and
that.
says these
I ain't
women
paying
deserve
nobody to
better.
do shit.
An interesting show
Cause that's
about
a
women in the
motherfucker
stripper
that I'm gonna
club
have to
scene.
get
The
rid
Stormy
of
Wellington
too.
person is
Shit.
a pyramid scheme selling, trying to make a dime on
Fucking
those women
crazy.
that are trying to find a way
Pay
to get out of the
nobody
club
to touch
scene.
nobody,
This is
then
another
you gotta
example of
touch
how
their ass.
these women are
When
taking
they get
advantage of
froggy
even
and
by a
wanna
woman
run
that's
their
already
mouth.
been there and trying to pass themselves off as someone that can give them a way out.
Am I right
This is
about it?
An excellent point. Stormy is specifically there to be a coach to them because she has been a stripper and she has gotten out of stripping and become a successful businesswoman. But what she shows on
So listen,
screen
y'all, if you're out there stripping and shit,
not
there's hope
what
for you, man.
is said
Look what
that
this
she was
bitch
supposed
pulled
to
off.
do. This is a 2-star review and it says needs a lot of work. Let's skip to the section where it talks about Stormy. I think everyone who's watched can admit that Stormy was no coach. There was no guidance provided to these ladies, and for Stormy, who's been in that life and claims to be successful after getting out, was absolutely useless on the show. However, I do like the idea of having a coach to supplement the show, but one that knows human behavior and can take the time to relate and advise when needed. This is the last one I'll be reading, but the majority of them are against Stormy, and this is a 4-star review that says, beware of Stormy. Not through first season yet, really feel the women and felt compelled to write this for anyone who may see it. Stormy Wellington comes across as a very manipulative person with aggression issues. One gets the sense she's preying on these young women, looking to sign up downstreams in her pyramid scheme or multi-level marketing, as they call it these days.
Oh
those who
shit!
Not early, or those
Shante,
who
look at, hold up. Let me stop this shit. Hold
them
on.
who sell,
Shut
who end
up,
up in
bitch.
massive debt and or being.
Shante, look at the goddamn screen. Jamal Bryant, Jamal Harrison Bryant, glory to God's labor, interviewed Stormy motherfucking Wellington. God damn, you know we got to watch that shit next. Come on now, or y'all want to watch that shit now?
From
Y'all want to watch that next or now? Damn
at
it.
their own expense.
We gonna watch that shit.
Obviously, do your research if you are intent on getting involved in something like
Because
this.
we doing
and
research.
check with the Better Business Bureau for complaints against the company you are researching. I wouldn't believe a word Stormy Wellington says except her first name, which is descriptive. It shows us that her time at Beyond the Pole did
How am
not
I
give her
doing?
a good
Who's
look.
that?
This was back in 2019, but not long ago, to be honest. She was supposed to be a coach on the show, and obviously she was not.
Hey, Deaconess Lomax, what's good with you, girl? I'm hanging tough.
Extremely comfortable with her.
I'm hanging tough.
She shot them down many times. She gaslighted them. Multiple people.
Trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat. I think I'm gonna make a sausage or eat some cereal. One.
I looked at a ton of them.
Shante, this fairy ass
Stormy, and that she should no longer be on the
zest
show.
ball Jamal Bryant interviewed her too. We're gonna watch that shit.
This is an excellent segue into talking about Total Life Changes, which is the multi-level marketing company that Stormy is a part of. I think it's important that we take a quick dive into this company and look at it from the Better Business Bureau side of things, look at the products.
Better Business Bureau side of things.
Just look at it all.
You don't want to do that.
So we see that on the Better Business Bureau website, it has a 2.01 out of 5 reviews from the customer reviews, and
2
in
out
the
of 5
last
star
3
rating.
years, there have been 223 complaints from customers that have been
223
closed. So that does not include any complaints that have not been closed. And the BBB has rated it an A+, but allegedly I've heard that you can buy that A+ from the Better Business Bureau. I don't really know a lot about that, but I keep hearing that over and over. So allegedly, I would not particularly trust the Business Bureau when it comes to the ratings necessarily. I would look more at customer reviews. I think that's a lot more important.
Get a little
We see
more
that Stormy
intimate
talks
with
about
this
the
here.
business
Let's cut
all
them
the time,
lights on.
and we can look at some of her videos on her Instagram.
Give people products. Talk to people. Sample products away.
In case y'all want to know how I
If you ain't giving
felt.
away, $1,000 deposit a month, you ain't never gonna be no millionaire, man.
Some of her trainings where she talks about you can sell some products, make a few $1,000s a month, but if you really want to get somewhere, you have to build a business, which means recruiting. Quickly, I want to take a look at the products. So what are the starter packs, right? What can you start with as a business builder? The first one's $55.
Business builder starter pack,
one's
$55.
a premier pack, which is $299, so $300. And the last one is the Supreme
$300?
pack, which is $600. And so these
That's when you want to come in blazing, when you really want to impress the team leader.
That's quite a chunk of money.
Spend that $600. They know you a real fucking idiot then.
Even $300.
I done been there, done that shit so many fucking times.
$55 can be quite a bit, but we see that, and well, they say, you know, starting your business,
I've been that
this
fool.
is an
I'm
excellent
guilty.
price. You're not having to put in as much as you would in a small business. We know that you're not actually starting.
How
a business
fast
on
you
your
want
own.
your
You're
business to grow? I want
contract
this shit to
worker
grow fast
for
as hell.
a big
Well, you need to spend
corporation or a
$1,800
multi-level
coming in.
marketing
Well,
company.
shit.
You're not starting
Here go
a business.
$1,800,
Earn money
nigga.
by selling TLC
Yep.
products
I done
to
did that
customers.
shit.
For each customer sale, you can earn up to 50% of products, qualifying volume, and cash commission. I'm guessing that depends on what level of the company you are or what product it is, maybe. You can also earn additional income by inspiring others to join your organization as a life changer.
Recruiting.
This takes a greater amount of skill, training, and ability.
Yeah, you gotta
Not
be a
earn money
sneaky.
solely by sponsoring others
You gotta
to
be
join
a
your
sneaky,
organization. Most people
slick
concentrate
talking
on selling
motherfucker to
TLC
be a
products
successful
to
recruiter.
customers to earn a retail commission. But
If
we
you
see
ain't
what
a
Stormy
slick
says,
talking
you should
motherfucker, don't
focus on
even
the
fuck
business
with
if
it.
you want to make any good money. How much can I earn in a typical year?
Or bring them to
so
me.
this
That's
is
what
now
I
we're
tell
going to
you.
talk about what people earn in total
Tell my
life
downline,
changes.
just bring them to
So in
me and shut the
2020,
fuck
about
up.
220,573 U.S. life changers participated in the TLC business opportunity in 1 or more months. About 93,446 of them earned money from their sales and the sales of those they sponsored. Here's what
Can
they
you
typically
sell?
earned annually before expenses.
You know how many motherfuckers getting multi-level
Annual
marketing
income
and
earned
can't
by the
sell
first year life
shit?
changers, about 190,144. In 2020, about 59% of them
Can't
earned no
sell
money at all.
spit to a
About
parched
41%
motherfucker in the
earned the
desert.
average income of $1,100, 1,150 or so. Top 10% of life changers earned on average $2,600, and the top 1% with their first year earned on average $12,500.
And they spent
So this is their first year, and the majority of them
$49,000
didn't
on the
earn any
products
money at all.
to make that
And this does not
$12,000.
include anything
They
they
don't tell you that
purchased,
fucking
and it
part.
does not include any
You spend
taxes taken off. Any income earned by
$700,000
all life
in
changers,
products
which
to
is
make
the total number, which is
$12,500. You do the
220,573
fucking math.
in 2020, about 58% earned no money at all. 127,127 people earned zero money. About 42% earned the average annual earnings of $1,124.
You made good money, Shantae. Me too. I was in sales my whole life after police work.
1%, 953 people.
Sales manager,
earned on average
dealerships,
$76,600.
real estate,
This is not good.
drugs,
As someone who has looked at multiple
draws.
income
I done sold
this
everything.
is by far one of the worst that I've seen. One of the worst. The majority of people make no money at all whatsoever. I'm glad that they're honest with that, though. I'll tell you that.
The majority
This
of
is
people
what
make
TLC
no money
says
at all.
underneath that. Earning commissions requires skill, consistent work, and education. As with any compensation plan, your results may vary and will be based on your aptitude, business experience, knowledge, and the amount of time dedicated. There are no guarantees concerning the level of success you may experience. I actually
They say you don't need no business
a
experience
study.
when they recruit you, though.
So it was done
don't
in
worry about that.
2018, rather new AARP
Business
study of
experience, you don't
multi-level
need that.
marketing, profiling participants and their experiences in direct sales. And they have a lot of good things to say in there. You can look it up. It's done really well. And then they also talk about small businesses as well and in comparisons. So 935 people are the top 1%. It says at least 50% of MLM participants drop out after 1 year. So people who participate in MLM are not exactly dedicated, perhaps due to
Shut up, bitch. What Jamal got to say? Talking to goddamn. You don't hear this shit. You hear what the fuck Jamal got to say. Zest Bucket coming up, y'all. Pastor J. Maul. Harrison. Glory to God's name. Bryant. Come on, Glory. Come on, Glory hole.
Welcome to another
Yeah.
on business.
Yeah.
And it's all show business. and not real business.
Hey, man.
This amazing
You know he
woman
got some word
has
salad for
pulled
you.
herself up by her own bootstraps and is now stepping with the big dogs. I'm glad
Stepping with
to have
the
my
big
sister and my
dogs.
friend, Coach Stormy, with me on today. Welcome.
His
I'm
friend,
so
y'all.
excited
His
to
friend,
be
he
here, and I
said.
want to be real clear with every question you ask me.
No,
So
you-
I'm gonna take my time today.
All right, you are always clear. I'm grateful for it. I had a meeting at my church a couple of weeks
You just
ago
need to know how to
with
talk to people.
entrepreneurs, and I said to
People
them
will buy what
that
you selling.
data has just
Actually,
come back that 85% of new businesses that are started.
Actually, 85% of salespeople talk themselves out of sales. You supposed to shut the fuck up and let that damn customer sell themselves. I tell all my salespeople, shut the fuck up and listen. The customer gonna always sell themselves. Just listen. Agree, feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. You know, I had about 3 customers last week felt the same way. But you know what they found out after I slammed their ass in this motherfucking vehicle? That they loved me. The hell with the vehicle. Work every motherfucking time. Back to the content.
Are started by black women.
Wow.
You will invariably be listed in the Hall of Fame for the 21st century for black women who not just made
You gotta
business
know
happen,
when to stop
but
talking.
made
That's
business
right.
happen for other people.
Yes.
And I want you to
Build
talk
that
about
rapport.
what it
That's
means
right.
in the environment that you're in. You're probably, if not the one of the most successful black women.
And if you got a couple, if it's a male and a female, don't try to sell that male shit. You gotta sell that female, bro. Cause the one with the pussy controls the deal at the end of the day, at night. Just wanna let y'all know that. Don't sell to that man, bro. You gotta get that woman on your team. You gotta get his wife on your team. And then you can close that deal. Just a little nugget for you male salespeople out there. Male and female salespeople, actually. But females normally don't like to buy from females, especially if they got their man with them. So female salespeople, don't try to close. Don't. You got to close that man, but you got to close that female. Okay. If there's a woman in the deal, you got to close that woman. The hell with the man. Just a little another nugget from the bishop.
In your field, how hard is it to do business as a woman in the 21st century?
You know, it's challenging. It's challenging for many different reasons. The first reason I'll say is that, you know, it comes with
And
a
if
lot
that
of
wife
responsibility.
ever feel like you coming for her
People
man,
think
you
that
can
it's
cancel
just
that whole
cute,
fucking
taking a
deal.
picture,
Just cancel that shit.
Putting a post on social
Start
media.
over with somebody
But
else.
no, you have to learn how to think.
Cause if she
Yeah.
think you
gotta
coming
learn
for
how
her
to
man,
I say you gotta
you
learn
ain't
how to
selling
get
her
million to
shit.
make a million. So you gotta learn how to maneuver in different rooms. You know, you
Gotta
learn
read
how
the
to
room.
put on different hats. You know,
When you a
and
salesperson.
a lot of women think that you just gotta be like one way. But I think that when you understand that you got to be multifaceted, you got to know how to be compassionate.
Yeah.
You got to learn how to have respect, integrity, character, honor. You got to learn how to communicate. You got to learn how to listen. And so it's not easy. It's not as easy as it looks. And then you got to learn how to constantly reinvent yourself to stay relevant.
Right.
Because you could be popping one year, one season, and then it's like, you know, they don't know you no more.
You gotta keep
you know?
changing your bullshit,
So you
she
gotta
said.
stay relevant. You got to continue reinventing
You
yourself.
gotta keep changing your
And,
bullshit
that's,
to
me,
stay relevant, she
that's
said.
What's the hardest? Understanding
That's the hardest.
whole
That shit
gamut
is
of
hard.
Staying
When
on
you're
top
not
and
when
being
you're not
clear in
truthful
your
and honest, that is
communication
hard.
and knowing that it's not just about you. You know, as an entrepreneur, when I first started, it was about me. Everything was about, you know, how could I get this money? You
Right.
know,
Let's
as a
get them
single
likes
mom,
up, y'all.
3 kids, 9th grade education, ex-stripper, ex-schemer, ex-scammer,
9th grade education,
all of that stuff,
multi-millionaire.
my exclamation point. I had to really realize that once I got out, I had to go help other people to get out. And I think that's one of the number one things that I do that keeps me on top, because I know it's just not about me.
MC Hammer said after he filed for bankruptcy, his biggest business mistake was trying to carry too many people to the top.
Wow.
Who were committed to the bottom.
Wow.
Having a pure heart, how difficult is it to say no? We got so many athletes who go broke, so many entertainers who go broke, not because of spending habits, but because of the curse of compassion.
Right.
The curse
How do you get to a
of
point
compassion.
where you're able
Jesus
to
said,
say
"Be
no and still
compassionate,"
love them?
and this
I
bastard
stand on
called it a
business rules. Like, I
curse.
don't loan money. I don't give money away.
What
Like,
the
I have a
fuck?
no loan policy.
Did y'all hear that
If
shit?
you want to borrow money from me, it's like, what's your collateral? Is it worth more than what I'm giving you?
Jesus
So
said,
people don't really
"Be
ask me for money.
compassionate,"
I've probably been done with that issue
and this
maybe
bastard
like
called it a
2-3 years
curse.
ago.
Being
Like,
compassionate.
I give you
God
opportunity.
damn.
Like, I'm
A
gonna give you an
curse
opportunity. You want to
of
ask me for money?
compassion.
Okay, well, sell this. Don't ask me for no money. The same thing I said, you can sell it too. So why you ask me for money when I could give you the same opportunity? So I don't loan money. You can't borrow money from me. You know, either
Did
you
y'all
work
hear
for
that?
me and get
Or am I
paid,
tripping?
or we do a business deal together.
A curse
Other than
of
that, I
compassion.
don't really have that issue of people trying to borrow from me
Yeah.
at all. So I learned how to fix that issue about 2 years ago because I was dealing with a lot of friends and family wanting to borrow, but that's not an issue of mine anymore because I have a policy. Like when they call me, you know, my policy is, and nobody want to hear that. So you don't call Stormy because her policy is gonna say no.
Yeah. If you were a male, if you were Storm Wellington,
If you had a dick.
there would be by now a movie autobiography of your life, of the American story,
Wow.
coming to pass. And a lot of people in church use the expression, "You see my glory, but don't know my story."
Yes.
But to really come through where it is that you are and have sanity, forget success.
Yeah. True.
To have sanity
Right?
is a different commodity altogether. People follow you on Instagram, and your followers is as if you've been in a movie,
Right.
as if you've been on tour with Beyonce.
Right.
But people are intrigued by your life.
Yes.
And I want you to really just tell listeners just snapshots of what it is that you've had to overcome to where you are.
Awesome. Well, I think pain is one of the most amazing connectors. And I don't have a problem with, you know, being transparent. Like I tell people, I take baths in Windex. And I think that there's not a lot of real
Wait,
transparency.
say that again. I like that. Say that again.
I
You
take
take baths in Windex.
so y'all could be see-through, you know.
Wow.
So she
I
could
don't
be
have
see-through.
Anything I'm ashamed
She
of.
bathed
that
in
I've ever
Windex so
done
she
or
could be
experienced.
see-through, y'all.
As a matter of fact,
Transparency.
the mere fact that I came out of, you know, being born to a drug dealing mom and a drug dealer.
And Jamal like that. He gonna use that in his
All
sermon.
I saw was keys of cocaine at 7, 8 years old.
Wow.
My mom trafficked drugs. I used to know when she was going to traffic because she would tell me. And I was 8 years old and I used to be praying, is my mom going to come back?
Wow.
You know, by the time I was 13, I was in a strip club, you know, to make money.
At 13?
At 13 years old. Imagine that. Yeah, at 13.
Wow.
My mom was in Jamaica. She couldn't come back home. The water got cut off. Her boyfriend was lazy and sorry. He didn't do nothing to go get no money. And I needed to figure out how to turn the water back on. So at 13 years old, I went and got me a fake ID and got some money and turned the water back on. So, you know, my life has
She
been
got some money at 13,
but
y'all.
every,
She didn't tell you
know,
how.
thing that I've been through from dropping out of school in the 9th grade. I didn't graduate from high school. So all that, but you have to have a big old education.
Right.
There's a lot of smart, broke people. I'm just not one of them, you know?
Right.
And so, you know, 9th grade education, I had my first son at 15 years old. He's 27 right now. I had my second child when I was 19. I met my baby daddy in the strip club. And when I had my daughter, I realized that if I keep doing what I'm doing, she may look at me as an example. And I didn't want my daughter to be inspired by no stripper.
Wow.
So I got out of the strip club mainly because I wanted to be an inspiration to my daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't want her to think that that was okay.
Yeah.
But then I went to scamming because that was a little bit more discreet.
You're
You know what I mean?
right.
So I could get dressed up like I was going to work and I would assume identities and I was doing all kind of stuff. Writing checks, cashing checks,
Yes.
going to Home Depot, Office Depot, all that. Like I did all of that. I used to shoplift
Yeah.
for food, for clothes, sell it for half price. Like I know the life. But the truth is, you know, that was not going to be my destiny. I realized that
That was not gonna be her destiny,
so much more
y'all.
to live for, and I needed to go get.
She
better,
wasn't gonna
go
stay
grow,
there.
Get mentors and get coaches and read books, and I didn't have no role models growing up. I just had to figure it out by deciding that I wanted to be better than what my circumstances was.
Yeah. By all estimates, you are an absolute beautiful woman, inside and out. What would you say was the ugliest season of your life?
Oh my God. The ugliest season of my life was when my mom died. My mom died August 26th of 2011. I was holding her hand. I thought she was having an anxiety attack. But literally 3 minutes later, cold red, my mom was dead.
Wow.
And I thought I was strong. but you're not strong until you have to deal with the loss of a mom.
Yeah.
So I felt like I was in the world by myself. No matter how many friends and family members are, even if you got your dad,
Yeah.
when you lose your mom, that is the most emptiest feeling in the world. And so I fell into a really bad depression.
Kind of empty when you lose your dads too.
On buses and billboards to overweight, 30 pounds overweight, to literally like one click away from applying for food stamps. And so that season I was depressed. I was suicidal. Like,
she was one click away from
myself.
applying for food
I was ready to
stamps.
take the pills, like ready to take my life, because I couldn't put the pieces together.
She was ready to unalive herself, y'all, with some pills.
And yeah, that was the darkest season of my life. Wishing
pretty
that I
damn
wasn't alive.
dark.
My prayer was, God, don't wake me up tomorrow.
Now, I've prayed that prayer.
For wealthy men have
And of course, the
cigar
non-existent God
lounges.
didn't respond.
They have places where
Fucked
they
around and
drink
woke me up
scotch.
anyway.
I read a story some years ago, Stormy, where Oprah talks about how her best friend is Gayle King. And she gave Gayle King $1 million. It says
She gave a whole lot
we're
more than
best
$1 million.
friends, we travel together, we hang together, but I
A
don't
whole
want you to
lot
have to
more.
look at me shopping.
Wow.
I don't want you to look at what it is that I have. I'm giving you a seed plot. I want you to talk to me about how hard it is to have real friendships with other women who you don't have to mentor.
Wow, that's a deep question. I don't think I have. Well, I do. I have people that's in a higher place than I am. That, you know, I respect them and I honor them.
She don't have no
really
friends,
have a
she
lot of
said.
friends. You know, I have a lot of business partners, and my business is so fun. It's so exciting that
And
I
that's
don't have a lot
horrible.
of time for extracurricular
She has no
stuff. Like,
friends,
my
yo.
fun is getting money.
Yeah.
Like, I like to make money. I like to help other people get money.
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody today.
But I ain't got no
like,
friends,
I measure things. Everything that I do is measured. Okay, when I do this, okay, what's
Everything
the
she
ROI
do
for
is
it, you know?
transactional.
And so the people that's in my life, they're either my
Transactions?
mentors, my coaches, people that I look up to, or people that look up to me.
Yeah.
I don't really have a lot of regular friends. I don't hang out with my girlfriends. I don't go to the club.
I bet you Jamal gonna say that's a great
Do
thing.
extracurricular stuff.
And it's a horrible
I really
thing.
do either my family or my business, or when I have some personal time. I love
You don't have
to read,
nobody
I
to
love
check
grow,
you when
I love
you,
to listen to audiobooks.
you know,
Yeah.
So
Out
I
of
don't
line.
have a lot of friends. And the friends that I do have, we always talk about getting better together, changing lives
friends
together.
the friends
So
you do
I
have,
really
you
don't
exploit.
have a straight up answer for that, because I don't have a lot of homegirls.
Yeah. Yeah, well, having to pay for the water bill at 15 to now floating on water in a yacht.
Ooh.
What was the moment where you redefined what money was for?
Well, she ain't had
what?
none.
I think the moment that I really redefined money was when my mom died.
Yeah.
That was one experience, because I realized how important I was to make the money. You know, a lot of people like to say, like, I'm a brand, right?
Yes.
And that's not true.
That's what
Because
you
if I was
made yourself a
I could
brand.
sell without being
Coach Stormy. Fuck you mean?
present. The minute I pull away from my business,
Yes.
if I'm not present in my business, let's see how big of a brand I am.
Yeah.
Pull away from this church and see how big of a brand the church is.
Right.
I'm just saying.
You talking about Stillbirth Baptist?
I really had to
Stillbirth
realize
Missionary
that
Baptist Church
money is
in
a tool.
Lithonia, Georgia.
At first you fight to get money, to
Stillbirth.
pay the light bill, to pay the water bill. And then you realize that, okay, you have to be present to get every dime.
Right.
And so now when I look at money, I think about, how do I get more freedom from my money? So I started
Real
around
estate.
Grant Cardone and Atlanta Cardone, and I saw how they was making all that passive income off of
Real estate.
That was an aha moment.
There it
when I
is.
looked at people in network marketing, that you get to make money in your sleep. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. I'm working this job. Of course, 1 minute I think that I could be
Beach
this brand
money.
or
You
this-
on the beach.
this
In your
impactor.
business, your
But then
brand
I
making
realized,
money.
wait a minute, even though
It's
I've
coming.
made millions of dollars in a month, I've had months where I've made $2-3 million in 1 month. But I had to kind of be the voice behind all of that. But being able to make money in your sleep, like passive income,
Yes.
that's been my reality for like the last 15 years. But I also had a job. I remember what it felt like to have to clock into work to make $13 an hour. For the boss to say, hey, I'm gonna give you a 25-cent raise. And really realize, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all give me a 25-cent raise after I collected $1 million. I don't know if I told you that story.
No.
So I used to work for collections, and I collected over $1 million in closed accounts for the collection company in 7 months. And because of my performance, the boss was like, I'm going to give you a raise. At the time, my water was off again back home. My lights was about to be turned off. My car was in repossession status. So I'm thinking about
Repo status for the
raise,
car.
$6 raise.
Right.
So I'm going to go from 15 an hour to 18, 19 an hour.
Right.
And they gave me a 25-cent raise, and they made a big deal out of that 25-cent raise. Things that doesn't necessarily need my presence or my brand, but more of my intellectual property and my mindset is how I'm going to create more wealth.
I weeks ago and said to them, my last 2 years.
Can y'all hear me?
While I was pastoring in Baltimore, I was depressed. That people have to put into position because you don't see it visually. I was depressed, Stormy, with a growing
Can y'all
church.
hear me?
I was depressed being on TV every week. I was depressed preaching all over the country. That there is something that people don't ever put together, that you can be successful.
Can y'all hear me?
Unhappy.
Nope.
And a lot of people say, oh man, if I could ever drive like that, ever live like that, ever shop like that, ever have access like that, I'd be the happiest person in the world. I want you to talk about how you've had to navigate when your emotions didn't match your exterior. That what you were feeling didn't look like what it looked like to everybody else, but you had to really coach Stormy, not be Coach Stormy, but you had to coach yourself out of that season of your life.
Man, I mean, that happened a lot of times. It's interesting because that's one of the questions I wanted to ask you. How do you deal with when you're in a lull? How do you forward? And I just kind of got out of something like that. You know, you ever lose a friend or lose a relationship and it's like you lost a family member, like they're really dead, especially when you know you can't go back.
Sound check.
In this last season, you know, I lost a lot of people that I really loved. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I thought you loved me. I didn't know that you felt all of these crazy ways about me. I thought I was pushing us to billions. I didn't know you felt like I was treating you too aggressive or being a military sergeant. So when I had to step away from those people because our visions didn't align, you know, I believe when our visions don't align, now is not the time. And so I had to separate myself from people who got complacent, got lazy, didn't want to move how I thought we should have moved, not just for the money, but, you know, when you create a certain level of business, or shall I say respect in the marketplace, you have a responsibility. Like, I can't just give up. I can't just get fat. That's not an option. It's not. Like, it's not. I can't just shoot a video and say, hey everybody, I'm depressed and I'm just going to take a break right now. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. What about all that stuff you taught us? You know what I mean? So really, just recently, I just was going through something where I was dealing with a lot of losses of friendships. Dealing with things with my kids. It's like, dang, how am I think I'm amazing. Like, I really am.
Backhand yourself for that filthy shit, you filthy bastard. Backhand yourself right now, Queen Burst. The fuck?
I don't do that. Like, I'm really
coming this motherfucker farting and shit. The fuck wrong with you? You need to pressure wash yourself immediately. You filthy animal.
But just recently, I was losing a lot of relationships.
You filthy animal.
Like, it's not easy to move forward.
Where you been, nigga?
Dying with a friend.
Wow.
Like your soulmate. Your friend's soulmate. And so after dealing with all of that, like, you start to
come in here, set
like,
tripping and shit.
So great. But why do I think I'm so great? But these people don't think I'm so great. And so that season,
possibly a web. You need to pressure wash yourself immediately.
Within myself, that season made me say, well, wait a minute. How is all of this happening?
You filthy animal.
I realized that, you know, even Jesus had a Judas, you know? And so I accept it now. I really accept it as every time I go through relationship hurt, I elevate.
6767.
Every time I think that's something that's
smash that fucking like you filthy animal.
I learn from it. I ask myself, okay, what could I have done better? What did I do to create this deficit? What did I do to create this disrespect or this unappreciation?
Right.
And when I get those
Greenberg, you
answers,
coming in here
I
drunk
work on
tonight?
myself.
You been drinking?
Faith comes
You
by
been
hearing, reading by the
drinking?
word.
Right.
I'm deep in my word. I don't necessarily go to church every Sunday.
Y'all welcome
To be
Clean
honest with you,
Burst
'cause I
back
let
to the
anybody
family
speak
and
to me.
shit.
Anybody don't have what I need.
Right.
I need a certain cadence, a certain posture, a certain confidence, a certain result.
Yes.
I can't just listen to anybody. I don't care if you can preach me in heaven.
Right.
If I don't see and feel that you got it, so
Shout
I had
out
to
Lo-Fi
learn how
in the
to
room.
use my own tools, all my affirmations, my mantras, all my meditations,
6'7",
my
6'7".
my prayers and my incantations and all that stuff and all the things I teach people to do. Just recently, I had to really get focused on using it for myself.
Right.
Letting my team know, I'm talking about my employees, like, hey, listen, hey, Vanessa, I need a little time. I need to be home. I need to be reading my Bible. I need to be in my books. I need to be listening to my audio books. I don't really need to be taking certain calls. Let me work on me. And then I also went in a new environment.
Hold on, wait a minute, y'all.
You know, sometimes we don't realize
I gotta
that
stop
the
this
blessing
shit
is
for a
in a
second.
certain environment. And so, yeah.
There's a
Hey, listen. Let me tell y'all something real quick. Tell y'all something. Y'all come in this room, don't you never, ever mention no roosters or chickens on this fucking channel. You understand me? But tell y'all something, man. I'll come after your ass. Then my daughter had the nerve to go get 10 more fucking chickens up last week. Don't do that shit again, man. Don't mention no goddamn roosters and no goddamn chickens.
book called From
Fucking
Good to
traumatized,
Great.
goddammit.
And that the
It's not a game.
chapter, he says the enemy of greatness is goodness.
Exactly.
That you become so good at something that you don't think great is an option. How do you stop from becoming complacent?
This nigga's mad disrespectful
So you talking
tonight,
about,
son.
so good is the enemy of great, right?
Fuck is up with this
How do I
nigga
stop from
tonight?
being complacent? Because I know that success is rented. It's not permanent. And that's one of the misconceptions that I think we all,
This nigga got the nerve to put 6'7" after Rooster.
Like,
oh yeah, all right.
you can't get
Alright, keep
complacent
playing, son.
because you know you got a new outfit that came out. You thought you got the hottest Rolls Royce and they changed the body on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta know that that's how you gotta think. And if I get complacent,
Yeah, Jamal.
what about the people? It's not just about
Suck
me.
it up to this
Your
scammy
success
ass
is not
bitch.
about how successful you are, but how you help other people to achieve success.
Right.
So I'm in a space now in my
Talking about
life where it's
some
not about
goddamn
money.
rooster.
Even though money, I measure money.
Fuck,
If
you
I
ain't
work
gonna bring
with
that
you, we
rooster
can't get no
up
money
for us,
together.
son.
I'm gonna have to figure out how to move you into the system.
Right.
But I know that success is rented. It's rented. I gotta continue showing
Success
up.
is rented.
Yeah. You and I have a relationship. We don't talk every day. We don't text every day. But when we do, it's like it was yesterday.
Yes.
Damn, Clean Burst, you clowning the grant. You clowning.
The shift in you.
You clowning Granny Guthrie,
When you
man.
started the 1,000
Oh shit!
Yes.
What?
Says, okay, this is
Yo, hold up,
another
nigga.
mindset.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some prophecy in it. Hold on, y'all.
So I'll tell you how I got to
We
it.
got
So I
a
leave my
fucking
mom.
startling
I had
update.
already made millions of dollars, so I
What
was
that
already
shit
a
say?
big millionaire. I'm on buses and billboards and
What that shit say,
everybody
son?
know
Hold
me.
up.
You know, I'm the hot girl.
Hold
I got
up,
the Bentley.
y'all.
I'm that.
I know
you know.
damn well my prophecy.
And then I looked up and I started
Nancy.
going broke. And when I went broke, I was like, wait a minute. How did this happen? I was in a 3.5
We might
year
have to
depression.
change
Like 3.5 years. And
the flow
birds of a feather flock together. So all my friends
of this
was
stream.
broke
Fuck
too.
Stormy Wellington.
So I didn't realize what I was dealing with until I woke up. And the truth is, I gotta tell you, the truth is,
Nah, man, she ain't dead.
I had to figure things out. And I
Why
remember
y'all
going to
lying
God,
to me,
praying
man?
to God and saying, God, if you help me,
Lying
just help me. If you
motherfuckers.
help me, I help the people. Because I didn't have nobody to come help me. Like, nobody came and was like, we see you going broke,
Come
we're
on,
going to give
man.
you a hand
Y'all
up.
stop playing
And we
with
see
me.
you going broke, we're going to help you out. Like, nobody helped me out. As a matter of fact,
Granny
I became
ain't
a member
dead.
of the
Y'all
NFL.
niggas ain't shit.
I had no friends and no
About
family
to have
left.
me
Nobody
shut this
came to
whole
my
live
rescue.
down.
And so I promised God, like, if you help me to become successful again, I'm going to remember the people that remind me of who I am.
Damn, my whole world, you getting in on that shit
I
too?
used to
What
have a
the
goal of
fuck?
helping
I
50
thought you was a nice
families
Christian
make $1,000 a
cousin.
year.
What
And
the
then
fuck
after
are
I
you
saw
doing?
what I did it, Because again,
Put
when you
that
start
damn
to see
lady in the
success,
damn rooster
you start to
house.
believe that, hold on, wait a minute. If I could do
Come
this,
on,
then maybe I
man.
can help somebody else do this.
Y'all ain't shit.
And so once
If
I started to see
TMZ ain't
myself
say the
come
bitch
back
dead,
from
she
depression,
ain't
like when
dead.
you come
God
back from
damn it.
something,
Oh yeah.
that's meaning how strong you really are.
Yeah.
All right. You got people that they
That's my
commit
Dave
suicide
Chappelle
from
laugh,
things.
y'all.
You got people that they had a season of success, you know. But when you come back from something that could have destroyed you, you develop a different level of dignity about yourself, a different
Y'all
level of
niggas ain't
certainty about yourself,
shit.
a different level of pride. And so I said, okay, you know what? If I can
I
help myself
rebuke
and then
y'all
help
in the
50,
name.
and then I helped 100, then it's like, you
I
know
come
what?
in the
You can
power,
help
the
1,000
power,
families
of the
grow 6 or
name
7
of the
billion a
Holy
year.
of
And
Jesus.
what that really means is this: it's a reminder
Not
for
you,
me to
not
never
the,
forget, Stormy,
not
this was
that
your point when you was like this. Remember when you was broke and you was on food stamps and you was trying to figure out how to pay a light
Let's see
bill?
if we
Remember
got
you
some
promised
Nancy
me
Guthrie
you can help
updates,
1,000
man.
families make
Cause
6 to
y'all
7
niggas
figures
getting
a
on my
year.
fucking
So it's really
nerves.
my personal
Talking
reminder.
about they
It really
found this lady in the
wasn't
rooster
supposed to
house
get out
and
of
shit.
hand like it got out of hand.
It's
It
fucked
really
up.
wasn't supposed to turn into a brand and necklaces and t-shirts and sweatsuits. It really was me to remember. Remember what I said, it's not about how successful you are, it's how you help other people to achieve success, right?
That's right.
If you help others get what they want, you will get what you want. And so that's my mantra. That's
got
what
a
I live
flag
by.
on the
As long
play,
as I continue
man.
keeping my eyes on other people, God will keep his eyes on me. I don't have to worry about the people
Flag
that
on the
even leave, because the
motherfucking
people
play,
that leave,
man.
their season was up.
We
New
got
people is
false
coming. So
information
1,000 families is about
being
me reminding
disseminated in the
myself,
comment
no matter
section.
how many
Flag.
diamonds and yachts and bags
20-yard
and monies
penalty,
you got in the
man.
bank,
Right.
don't forget that you promised me that
20-yard
every
fucking
year
penalty,
you're
y'all.
gonna figure out a way. You
Y'all
are
gotta
gonna
stop
figure out a
that
way.
shit.
You're gonna get creative. You're gonna go to get mentors. You're gonna have coaches. You're gonna read books. You're gonna stay creative. You're gonna stay innovative.
Y'all still
You're gonna
going
stay
too, huh?
innovative, and you're gonna
The
figure out
bitch
a
ain't
way
dead,
to
okay?
get the people to listen to you,
Damn.
to get them to yes, because you, Stormy,
Y'all
you have a
stop it.
different power. You have a money anointing.
If
You
it
can
ain't,
help the
if
average ordinary
TMZ,
person
if Harvey
go from
Levin
broke
ain't say that
to
bitch
5
dead,
figures to 6 figures to
she's
7
still
figures.
alive.
You've done it, and that's
Y'all
why I
false
keep blessing you,
flagging
because
out
you're
this
not forgetting
motherfucker, man.
where you came from. Because
False
see, when you forget where
start.
you came from,
Yeah.
you easily repeat where you came from.
It's a
Well, I ain't
10-yard
never going back to where I
penalty.
came from.
Wow, you're dropping a lot.
Never
I'm
going back.
gonna
I
have
ain't
to
never going back broke.
listen.
I would never be broke another day in my life.
I'm standing on your
I
testimony.
just
and
want you
with
to know
Stormy
that.
said she ain't gonna
absolutely.
never be broke
There are
another
a whole
day
lot
in
of
her
people,
life.
particularly in the pandemic, who
Particularly.
got another focus to say, wow, they see
Y'all
me as a
waiting for what now?
non-essential worker.
Wow.
They giving me 25 cents promotion. This ain't where I want to go. So the pandemic birthed the
Y'all wait
greatest
on
line of
Harvey, man.
entrepreneurs
Shit.
in 50
Harvey
years
Levin.
for Black
If he
people.
don't say it happened,
And
damn
so a
it,
whole lot of
it didn't
people are
happen.
saying, you know what, I want to
The
work for
fuck?
myself. I
When
want to be
Harvey
on
say,
my
listen,
own.
this bitch is
They
dead,
got an
I'll be like,
idea,
oh
but they
shit,
don't know
man.
how to get started.
I'm gonna go into mourning for
I want
Nancy
you to just
Guthrie
in generality,
if
because everybody's
she ain't with us no
path is
more.
different, journey is
But
different. But there's somebody
according
listening saying, you know
to
what,
the latest
I got this
updates,
concept. What's the very first thing
she's
you would
still
tell
with
them
us. We
to
just
do?
don't know where
The first
she
thing y'all
is
tell them to do is
with
make sure
us.
that the concept really works. And make sure it ain't just something that you like. That's like grandma could cook a good cake. That mean grandma could go open up a
The
cake
internet
company.
said
You
y'all
know what I'm
niggas
saying?
lying.
So make sure that more than you like the concept.
Yeah.
So be willing to sample it out, give it away, sow seeds. And then normally nothing is new. Everything somebody else tried and did it before. Find you a coach or a mentor. That is one of the biggest, I believe, misconceptions, especially in the Black community, that we just go to school. First of all, you go to school, get loans, then get a job to go pay the
off the
loans.
loans. Right.
No, I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. And I'm not telling people to drop out of school, don't go to school. But that is, to me, unfortunately, one of the biggest misconceptions. You need a mentor.
Yeah.
A mentor or a coach is the shortcut to success.
Wow.
Find somebody that's doing what you want to do, or find somebody that has the life that you desire. Because, again, that's why I can't get into certain churches and certain things with people, because if you don't have what I'm looking for, I'm not listening to you. Now, if you're homeless, I'll listen to you maybe, because you can teach me how not to be homeless. But I'm not letting anybody teach me things, unfortunately. But fortunately, I think that that's a part of why I'm where I am in life, because I look for who already has what I'm looking for. I look for who already has what I want.
That's
And
true,
I
man. She taught me
become a
that
student.
shit.
And there's 3
And
things
it's
I've
stuck.
learned. You either serve your way into good relationships, you pay your way, or you
Learn
earn
from a
your way.
motherfucker that
And
got
so
more
if
than you,
can
goddamn
find-
Too fast, Stormy. They in the car trying to write this down. Get them 3 things again.
So mentorship, right?
Yes.
People would say I can't afford it, right? First of all, a real mentor.
No, give me them 3 things.
I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you that.
I want
So
that.
a real mentor is not gonna charge.
I want
Wow.
that. Give me them 3
So
things.
I'm
I
not saying
need
there's
that.
something wrong with people charging for courses and all that. No. But when you get a
Because I'm
mentor,
going to
someone
use
that
that,
has a
Stormy.
vested interest in your success, either it's because they want your story, they believe in you. There's 3 things you got to do when you find that person. When you've aligned with that person, you're like, oh, she is it. He is it. Now, of course, we got YouTube University. That's different.
YouTube
When you find that person,
University.
there's 3 things you got to do to get access to them.
Where I got
Then
my
serve your way
PhD
into their life. Find a way that you can serve them.
in
Successful people need help. They
niggerology.
need somebody to do something. Trust me.
Yeah.
There's something you can do for them.
Yes.
You earn your way, which is you do something and you get their attention, or you pay your way. And really and truly, in the beginning, it's serve, earn, and then when you get to the proximity of that relationship, then you probably end up having to do all 3. Because if I'm your student, right, you're my mentor, and I'm excelling, and you sell courses, of course, I'm going to get every mastermind. If my mentor, Dr. Brian, is doing a workshop, and I'm his student, and he's already taught me how to make money.
Hey, y'all know who Eric Dane is?
I mean, people think nothing wrong with it. I remember when I was carrying my mentor's bags.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I was honored to carry her bags because I knew I wanted to hear her conversations. Oh, you do, girl. Yeah, call me what you want, baby. This lady is making $13,000 a month.
Wow.
She don't have hustle like me, and I'm broke.
Yeah.
So you know what? You can't teach me how to get this money. Let me hold her bags. Let me help
Real
her with the
fast.
kids. Let me help wash. I used to wash the dishes and everything. So first, I served my way.
Yeah.
First, I served my way.
Real
Then
fast.
she started looking for me. She needed my help. She realized that, hold on, this lady was holding my bags and I don't have nobody no more. She realized that
Wick
I was her
keep
kids
telling
at
us
home.
about
So
her
I
baby
earned
because
my way in her life.
I love it.
she ain't,
You
I mean, what else she
I
gonna
earned
do?
my way.
She
Now,
can't beg for money no
The
more.
report card.
So
I'm
now she
carrying her
trying to
bags,
engage
I'm
the
helping her
audience
drive,
about
so
the
I'm earning
baby
it now.
that she told
Then I
us
started to rank
she
up in the
wasn't
company
discussing
because I
no
was
more.
in proximity to her, so I was learning.
She told us she wasn't discussing the baby no more. And, you know, that's all she discussing now. Because Wick is a walking oxymoron. That's why. I'm chilling out front and shit with the French doors open. You know what I mean? Got the 80-inch behind me. That's why I set this shit up like this when I built it. You understand what I'm saying? I had a plan. Yep. All right, what we gonna talk about now? Shit, let me see. What you saying now? Bishop, you have a page, Rufus and the Barktones. I have a page, Rufus Jones, the balladeer. I do. Where I was gonna be putting on exclusive music and shit, but then I got into real estate school and that kind of, I'm gonna get back into it. I'm about to get into a whole lot because my vision is closing out. I'm about to lose all my shit. Let me see. Yo, Clean Burst, what's going on, man? You good? You cool, nigga? Is you cool? Clean Burst? What are you talking about, baby oil, son? Let me see what I can find for us to talk about. Since y'all false flagging on the old lady, Nancy Guthrie and shit, she good. Let me see. Fuck Eric Dane. Some guy named Eric Dane from Grey's Anatomy died. Let me see what we got. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna find us something right now. Hey, listen, let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all know that ex-Prince Andrew was arrested in connection with the Epstein files? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that ex-Prince Andrew was arrested in connection with the Epstein files? Oh, the royals are in an uproar. Let me see. Clean Bird seemed to be on the tear here. Let's see. Someone on Wix comments with that name. That was me. Yeah. And she said, hey, you can go. I don't know who you are. You knew it was me, David. Oh, shit. My whole world don't miss shit. Yeah, that was me. And I got blocked. It was me. Wait a minute. You made what group? My whole world. Hold on. What group you made? Rufus and... Yeah, I think you did. You name them? I thought Mariah named them. Let me see. Let me see what to say. Hold on. That was me in them comments. And she said, you know what? I don't know who you are, but you can go, weirdo. That shit was hilarious, huh? Nancy was near the border. The cartel got to her and crossed her ass over there. She will never be found. Oh, Clean Burst got his theory going. What you drinking tonight, Clean Burst? What you drinking tonight? My whole world said no. Prince Andrew was a pet. Then he said baby oil. Oh, that was for Prince Andrew, I guess. Let me see. Okay. Oh, yeah, she definitely blocked me. She definitely blocked me. If you rewatch the... if you rewatch the video, you can see where she blocked, when she blocked me. When she said, I don't know who you are, but you can go, sir. Oh, you did know? You knew it was me, my whole world? Yeah, that was me and shit. Let me see. He drinking baby oil. Oh, shit. I tell you what, if he drinking baby oil, he got about 8 minutes. He better be drinking that shit sitting on the fucking toilet, because he about to empty everything he had out of his body since childhood. Anything he ate since childhood, that shit coming. Yes, he finna really have a bad evening if he drinking baby oil. I'm telling you. He finna have the cleansing of his life. Let me see, Oh, you still see my comments? So maybe she just timed me out. I don't know. But I was wearing her ass out. I was about to get... How you know it was me? I didn't even put blessings, because I don't think I did. Because if I'd have put blessings, she would have known immediately that it was me. And, nope, you can go. That shit was funny, though. I was trolling. I troll sometimes, guys. All right, listen now. What we going to talk about? 65-year-old Simon Cowell. Nah. Let me see. Oh, shit. Let's get back to this Tiffany Henry shit. God damn it. Listen, y'all, hold on. Check this shit out. All right, let's go black. Did you know that there is a rash of black female mayors that cannot seem to keep their motherfucking hands? Oh, shit. Off government goddamn funds. I don't get it, man. All right, let's check this shit out. Let's check this shit out, because this shit gonna blow y'all. All right. Let's get back to this shit right here. Voters choosing Chicago. No. Hold on, y'all. Latoya Cantrell.
Team is in place, and here's what we're following. At this hour in downtown New Orleans, a federal indictment is being read in federal court against New Orleans Mayor Cantrell and her former bodyguard, NOPD officer Jeffrey Vappy. So we're working to get more details. Mike Gatto, John Snell, our legal analyst Joe Responti joining us. So what does this mean when you get an indictment? It basically means a grand jury has seen evidence presented by federal prosecutors, and based on what they saw, they believe a crime has been committed. And this is not the first time we've seen these two high-profile names, guys.
And I think the interesting thing here is that it's mentioning Joe Responti, both the mayor and Jeffrey Vappy, which I don't want to get ahead of what we know, but that raises the possibility of perhaps a superseding indictment since he had already been indicted.
Right. If Jeffrey Vappy is getting new counts against him, it is most probably what's known as a superseding indictment, which will follow his original indictment to that section of court. And if she is a co-defendant with him, it's all going in the same car.
So for background, and not to make this too confusing, this is the case in which he had been working or claiming time as the mayor's bodyguard when in fact federal prosecutors were alleging that he had a personal relationship with the mayor. It was noteworthy at the time that the mayor had not been indicted in that case. This could imply that now she has been added in somehow and into that alleged conspiracy.
Right. We'll see which format, if any, they use, whether or not she's going to be named, if she is named, if there are other defendants possibly named with her and Vappy. So let's just wait and see what the indictment says.
Well, I was going to say, Joe, I think it's important to point out we do not know the specifics yet of what is in this federal indictment, just to kind of explain how this all works. I don't know the specifics. A federal grand jury made up of about 16 to 23 people from the 13 parishes surrounding Lake Pontchartrain. They have been meeting for months, going over evidence in this case. They took a vote today and they decided to return this federal indictment. What happens then is the grand jurors, they actually leave the courtroom and the foreperson goes with federal prosecutors to the magistrate judge. That is what is happening right now as we speak, and we are learning that this indictment has been handed up. A little bit later is when we will get a copy of the indictment to find out what exactly is in there, what are the charges. It'll lay out some of the details of this case. What are some of the charges that the mayor and Vappy, who was already indicted in July of last year, but again named today in this indictment, what some of the charges are that they face.
And in a case like this, you're probably wondering, well, what comes next? As Meg just laid out, it's called a bill of information, and that's what we're waiting to get all these details from to find out.
No, not necessarily. A bill of information sometimes would imply in the federal system that there's a guilty plea. So this would just be a regular indictment.
This is an indictment.
So there's an indictment, right.
Grand jury generates an indictment. The U.S. Attorney generates a bill of information. This is an indictment, a bill of indictment, because it came from the grand jury.
But I think, to Liz's point, Joe, it's important out of fairness here to mention that the standard is a lot different when it comes to an indictment or a charge than it is for a jury. So here you have one of the things the judge asked is, were there 16 grand jurors present? Did at least 12 vote for the indictment? Walk us through, if you could, the difference, the standard between, yes, there's enough evidence here to bring charges, and later at trial, the burden the prosecutors will face.
Well, that's right. I mean, and there's different things in the state versus federal. You have different things. We have a preliminary hearing in both of these, which is a probable cause hearing. There are lesser standards at this time. If and when this goes to a jury trial, they have to meet the highest standard, which is guilt beyond a reasonable doubt of every element of the crime that she would be convicted of. He or she was convicted of.
Because this is a one-sided, this is just the prosecutors presenting their evidence to the grand jury members. The people who this is about, in this case, the mayor and Jeffrey Vappy, do not have a chance to present their side of the story.
Absolutely not. So that's correct. That is correct. What happens is the prosecutor goes in there, the old saying, you can indict a ham sandwich. You've heard that. That's because they're just pitching
indict
their
a ham
side.
sandwich.
And this is video, by the way, of the prosecution.
I ain't never seen one indicted
at federal court to present the case.
Jordan Ginsburg, Nick Moses, and others to go present the case to the grand jury. Now, understand, they have probably been presenting evidence and witnesses for some time to this grand jury, and today was the day they're just wrapping things up to say this is what we're going to present, get the signatures, and go in front of the federal magistrate.
Why do you suppose it took so long? I mean, we've been dealing with this, for justice kind of moves a little slowly, but we've been dealing with this story now for the better part of 2 years.
People have been asking me that question all the time as if I know. There's a big piece of this puzzle that is missing, is all I'm going to say. Because it would appear back when Vappy and Mr. Farrell were initially indicted on their separate things, they had language in it which I call a speaking indictment, which clearly implicated the mayor, clearly implicated her in a quid pro quo, and you don't do the quid without the quo. And so now we're finally getting the second shoe dropping. Why it took so long, I do not know.
Well, there have certainly been a lot of allegations against the mayor in recent years. And again, to point out, we do not know the specifics of what is in this federal indictment at this
chaotic meeting yet in troubled South Suburban Dalton.
Nate Rogers sorting out another confrontation involving the mayor, the board, and the public. Nate.
Hey guys, this Board of Trustees meeting ended early tonight with 4 trustees actually walking out abruptly. The village clerk left early as well. First, I want to paint a picture of what all we were able to experience. It was very chaotic, and to be quite honest with you, frankly honest with you, it was even scary at times for those of us that were inside of the meeting. There were folks banging on the windows and doors of the village hall. About 100 residents showed up at the meeting tonight, but only 42 residents were allowed inside. They had to walk through metal detectors, and they were wanded down. Before I take you inside of the meeting, I want you to listen to what happened outside first.
This is what democracy looks like.
But at least
this is what democracy looks like.
Should be able to think like the mayor does. She's scary.
She's scary, yo.
Scary. Why can't we get in our public
scared of this bitch
to have meetings? Why are meetings being canceled? Why
lady got us
can't we
scared.
have transparency? What's going on with our tax dollars?
Several residents calling on Dalton.
Aztec came back in the room. What's good, bro?
Tiffany Hinyard,
what up with y'all?
Resigned. She's been criticized for mismanaging village funds and dividing the board of trustees. The meeting comes amid a sexual harassment and retaliation complaint against Hinyard. A former employee says she was sexually assaulted during a work trip in Las Vegas last year. The complaint says the employee was disoriented and unsure how she woke up.
I'm about to make me a sausage, y'all. I'm getting hungry.
Trustees hotel room. When she woke up,
make me a glizzy, as my daughter say. I mean,
when she spoke up, excuse me,
hella disrespectful.
Claims she was retaliated.
I got some jewels. Oh shit, blessings.
Fired. The
Much
FBI
appreciated.
is now looking into village practices.
You know what happened in Vegas. You know what happened. And you will not. You should be addressing it.
That's the lady Tiffany Hinyard took to Vegas with on the trip, and her councilman raped her.
money from a cancer foundation.
She got raped. She got raped by one of Tiffany's councilmen. Tiffany Hinyard. How dare you?
Are you going to reimburse me for the wigs that I've been spending my money on?
They say that
the wigs. They want reimbursement for them wigs. Oh shit! You can't make this up. I told y'all the wigs.
Is in custody. No
Told you them
charges
niggas
have been
out there in
filed
Dalton
following
was mad
the
about her
former
buying
police
them fucking
complaint.
wigs,
Also,
man.
the trustee accused was absent from tonight's meeting. Residents said residents said that trustee should resign as well. Residents also wore blue ribbons in support of victims of sexual abuse. Now,
Say, yo, you gonna run us our money for them fucking wigs? You heard
We've
him.
learned that this was the first time that metal detectors were used. The acting police chief saying that they received credible threats.
Bitch, I ain't getting no wigs out the deal. I like wigs and shit too.
Through metal detectors and wand down. Again, 4 out of their 6 trustees.
Bitch, well, I gotta buy my wigs and buy your wigs too. That's what that bitch said. You heard
those board of trustees.
You heard what the bitch said.
Saying that she really wanted to accomplish some of the business of the village, and as a result, she was unable to do so. Of course, we'll continue to stay on this story.
She couldn't even buy her own wigs, y'all. She ain't shit.
New developments on air.
How you gonna make the citizens pay for your wigs and shit?
Fox 32 Chicago.
Your Amazon wigs. How you gonna make the citizens, the constituents, pay for your damn wigs?
Watcher Classic. Hey, Pocket Watchers. Welcome to Pocket Watching with JT. I am certified financial planner Jason Thornton. That means I'm an actual financial advisor.
Yes,
in real
he
life.
is.
I don't just play one on the internet. In real life, my firm specializes in tax and wealth planning for my clients. But on YouTube,
Bishop Bullwinkle?
On YouTube, I react.
Have I ever heard of Bishop Bullwinkle? Hell no. To the no, no, no. I said hell to the no. Now who's that?
111,000.
Who the hell is Bishop Bullwinkle?
Already hit
Never
the
heard of
subscribe
him.
button. I
sounds like a
appreciate that. Make
cool
sure you hit the like
motherfucker, though.
button, share this content. If you haven't subscribed already, just sit back, relax, see if you like it or not, and let's have some fun. So, listen, what are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about?
I ain't never heard of this sucker.
Tonight, we have to have a discussion.
We're gonna have a discussion tonight.
City Girl Mayor. Yes,
City Girl Mayor Tiffany.
City Girl Mayor. Gotta give a big thank you to you pocket watchers who have been emailing me this story. You've been DMing
Hey, yo, hit that
me
fucking cash
this
app.
story.
I'm trying to work me up
appreciate
a
the
bottle of
suggestions
Bailey's
because
for
most of the
tomorrow
shows
and
that
shit,
I
y'all.
do
And
are
that shit's
based on
$65.
your
Hit that
suggestions.
fucking
So
cash app,
thank you.
nigga.
I appreciate
Dollar
that.
sign
Another special
BISHLO.
shout out
Shit.
to a particular YouTuber.
Listen, shout
This
out.
goes out to Pink Book Lessons. Listen,
Oh, okay.
I gotta be honest. I did not know this story. I've seen a lot of thumbnails on YouTube, but I
Pink
I
Book
didn't have
Lessons been
time
getting a lot of shout
to
outs
see what
lately.
was going on. So I've been binge watching Pink Book Lessons to get up to speed on what's going on with this particular story. And I believe they're the ones who actually, came up with the term City Girl Mayor. City Girl Mayor belongs, I believe, to Pink Book Lessons. So if you are not subscribed to this content creator, I don't know what you're doing.
Pink
Go
Book
over there
Lessons.
and subscribe.
She
So,
came up with the City Girl Mayor term.
City Girl Mayor.
Allegedly.
There's so many things that I could say about the City Girl Mayor, but
Hold on,
think
y'all. I'm
it's
gonna go
best
put me a
if
sausage
I
in the
show
air fryer. I'm gonna be
the
right
City
back.
Girl Mayor. Here we go.
While y'all
The new
get your
mayor says she has big plans for the village of Dalton. She wants to boost the economy
Tiffany
and curb
Henyard.
crime.
Are you ready to take your oath?
Yes.
Yes.
Tiffany Henyard sworn in.
Dalton residents, I am reporting for duty.
Henyard, now the first woman and the youngest person to ever be elected mayor
It's
of
one
the
of them
South Suburb.
Johnsonville mild Italian sausages too.
She brought it
Put a little garlic pepper on it. Put a little garlic pepper on it.
A small south suburb with big bills and leaders with expensive taste. Last night, we showed you how some residents and elected officials claim the local mayor retaliates against
City Girl Mayor. City Girl Mayor belongs, I believe, to Pink Book Lessons. So if you are not subscribed to this content creator, I don't know what you're doing. Go over there and subscribe. So, City Girl Mayor. There's so many things that I could say about the City Girl Mayor, but I think it's best if I show you the City Girl Mayor. Here we go.
New mayor says she has big plans for the village of Dalton. She wants to boost the economy and curb crime. Are you ready to take your oath?
Stealing $7 million.
Tonight, Dalton's new mayor, Tiffany Henyard, sworn in.
Dalton residents, I am reporting for duty.
Henyard, now the first woman and the youngest person to ever be elected mayor of the South Suburb.
Tiffany didn't just shut it at silly. She brought it all the way down.
WGN investigates a small South suburb with big bills and leaders with expensive taste. Last night, we showed you how some residents and elected officials claim the local mayor retaliates against people who don't support her.
Well, tonight we look at a spending spree that's also causing questions and concern. Here again, investigative reporter Ben Bradley.
40 minutes south of Chicago, you'll find Dalton, Illinois. The median income is $24,000 a year. And yet the mayor collects more than 10 times that amount from various elected positions. And as we found, a paycheck isn't the only perk. In South Suburban Dalton, the economic challenges run deep.
We still have areas that need trees cut, streets paved, alleys paved, sidewalks fixed.
Fuck all
There's
that
a lot
shit.
of that going on.
And a lot that's being spent, not on critical repairs, but on travel, meals, and more by many top village officials.
It's an issue. It's been an issue for some time.
We just look up and we're paying for stuff. And it just makes no sense. She's just doing what she wants to do.
None of them do the things that we do here. We're the only ones making sure y'all streets get paved, find ways to fix what is broken.
She is Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
But then they running y'all, say y'all this little fictitious story.
Would you like to just do an interview with me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, let's go.
In addition to leading Dalton, she also serves as supervisor of Thornton Township. You make almost $300,000 between your two elected positions.
I do not. I don't know where you got that number from.
We got it
Right.
from her own village and township records.
$347,000. He was wrong.
These are tax
It
dollars.
was
So
$347.
is the money being spent on village credit cards. WGN Investigates obtained copies of statements that reveal village officials have spent more than $24,000 at restaurants
Say
in
hi,
just
Rufus.
1 year.
It's the leader of the band, guys. Little Rufy.
Rufy!
Rufus. Can I have a shake?
The same thing
Give me a
and
shake,
more.
brother.
You name it, they've done
Give me a
it.
shake.
Other questionable expenses
Thank you,
include
buddy.
the streaming service
Thank you,
Hulu,
buddy.
flights
That's
to
my boy.
Texas, Alabama,
That's
and
my boy,
Missouri,
Rufus, yo.
and hotel rooms in
The
nearby
band leader.
suburbs, including Madison and Elk Grove Village, plus thousands of dollars spent at a hotel in downstate Pontiac.
She was spending them folk money, son.
If they are going to
30 days after they gave her the job, they was like, you know what? Nah, never mind. Nope, we good. Don't worry about it.
And then
They say, hey, bitch, can we get your key back? 30 days after she was 30
to attend a
days
shopping
to
center
2 months, she
conference.
said.
It's unclear if it
It's
helped
like, oh,
Dalton
nah, fuck
land
that
any
shit.
deals.
We fucked up.
We
Never
don't have a
mind.
clue. We all in the
We don't
dark.
think we
Not
know
only
what
are
we
the
want to go in
residents in the
another
dark,
direction.
But the trustees are also in the dark as well.
I do not handle anything
That
that
bitch
relates
said
to
30
credit
days
cards.
after they swore
As you
her
heard
and
me
they
speak today, my
swore her
board
out.
meeting, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
Nigga, move
It's not
on.
paid
The
by
fuck? She ain't answering
you fly
that shit.
first
She gonna
class to
lie.
Las Vegas?
She lied.
Any other questions?
Any other questions?
Actually, yes. The credit card records do shed some light on tax dollars spent at several restaurants near the Strip, including Cafe Hollywood and Hot and Juicy Crawfish.
Oh, that bitch
All
like
right. Any other
crawfish.
questions?
So you're not going to answer
That
how
bitch like
taxpayer
crawfish,
dollars are being
yo.
spent? That seems odd.
I just answered it. What do you mean? I just answered your questions.
Just
You
answered
said
you, nigga. Was
wouldn't
you not
answer
listening?
about Las Vegas.
You asked me a question and I responded. So any other questions you may
Yes.
have?
They may have signed up for a conference, but they never bring anything back. So we have no idea why they go to these trips.
Remember, we mentioned Henyard was also supervisor at Thornton Township.
Remember.
WGN Investigates obtained copies of that agency's credit card statements as well.
Remember
They show
now.
Township taxpayers also spent money on the Vegas trip on everything from steak dinners to hotels and $3,741 just on
of putting vital city services in jeopardy.
We need receipts to understand what's going on.
We couldn't help but notice the red hat perched in front of Mayor Henyard throughout the meeting. It's from the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, which, by the way, was apparently a stop on the Vegas trip. $303 billed to Thornton Township taxpayers.
We just feel lost, and we just want the powers that be to step in and say, hey, you know, something's got to give.
Is there anybody else? I just want to be clear. Anybody else after that? That it? That's it?
It's not unusual for the mayor of a big city
Not
like Chicago to have
unusual.
security detail, but residents of South Suburban Dalton, population a little more than 20,000, are shelling out hundreds of thousands of dollars a year for police to drive and protect their mayor.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Mayor, mind if I ask you
for
a
the
couple of questions
police.
about your security detail?
Absolutely not.
I'm asking her.
Yeah, she said so.
That's Chief Lindsay who just got indicted. He pleaded guilty and he flipped. He flipped.
When we
They flipped
a
him.
couple weeks ago, Henyard, who doubles as the
They
supervisor
flipped
for Thornton
Chief
Township,
Lindsay.
began using Dalton cops to drive her around shortly after she was elected mayor in 2021. Dalton trustees filed a lawsuit saying
This
she never
bitch.
justified the need for security and does not have the legal authority to order spending on her own. So, how much does all this cost? Well, we filed a Freedom of Information request and found that officers assigned to her detail are routinely working hundreds of hours of overtime.
Hundreds
and even accompanying the mayor
of
when she
hours
travels
of
out of
overtime.
state. One officer put in for more than 300 hours worked in a 2-week payroll period.
300 hours
making more
in
than
2 weeks.
$13,000
And nigga
in a
made
single paycheck.
13 grand.
That's more than 200 hours of OT in just 2 weeks.
Shut the fuck up.
I see no justification whatsoever, and more than that, it's
Shut
really
the
a
fuck
detriment
up,
to the
man.
residents
Y'all
of
lying
Dalton.
on this lady.
The residents,
Ain't no way
if
she
we
was that
would take
stupid.
the same money and put it on officers
No, sir.
patrolling the streets,
You ain't
then
gonna
the
sell me
residents
that
will see a
shit.
much better presence, and public
Nope.
safety will be better.
Oh, she loves it. She just loves it. She loves the detail. I think it makes her feel as if she's like a superstar.
Now, I know that part was crazy. Absolutely crazy. But this next part will drive you insane. Check this out.
We pay renters with our tax dollars and dollars. We pay renters with tax dollars and dollars.
Frustration growing in South Suburban Dalton after a Fox 32 investigation uncovers a registered child sex offender was recently put on the payroll.
Now some residents are calling for the mayor's
Now, when you hear the position
Flacco first broke the story
that this
and reports the
motherfucking
pressure
registered
is
sex
building
offender,
in Village
pedo
Hall.
bastard was put in, it's gonna blow yours. Hold on, listen.
About 20 Dalton residents and a couple trustees protest outside Village Hall today, furious after a Fox 32 investigation found this registered child sex offender on the public payroll.
A sex offender, you don't give them carte blanche to go into different people's homes.
46-year-old Lavelle Redmond is close friends with Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who in September hired Redmond as a code enforcement officer without the village board's approval. Redmond served 25 years in prison for the brutal gang rape and beating of 2 young teenage girls in the 1990s, and was arrested and charged after our first story aired for violating the reporting requirements of the sex offender registry. But Mayor Henyard says her friend deserves a second chance, infuriating a number of Dalton residents.
Dalton's going to go down if these people are, they just need to get out of office as a whole.
You'd like to see that?
Do they need a recall on the mayor?
Fox 32 has also obtained this cell phone
He an
video
organist.
showing
He's the
Redmond
organist, and
interacting with the mayor
sometimes
and
he
little
gets on the
children at a
drums.
back-to-school event in Dalton.
Bark
Notice
tone
the
number
badge on
1.
his waist.
Bark tone number 2, rather.
Deplorable
Garfield.
that
Right,
you
buddy?
hired a person
Right, fat boy?
that has the history that he does,
Fat
and
boy?
you're giving him a badge and a car
you
to
want?
roam our village.
The protesters are also calling for the departure of former Cook
you
County
doing,
Circuit
fat
Court
boy?
Clerk Dorothy Brown, whom
Too
Henyard
big for
hired
that.
as a
I guess
village
you see I got on
administrator,
white shorts?
making $100,000 a
Don't
year.
touch my shorts, man.
Despite numerous scandals and an ongoing federal
Garfield.
investigation into bribery under her county tenure.
Dorothy Brown needs to go back to the city of Chicago. Dorothy Brown is bringing Dorothy Brown tactics.
Dorothy Brown is bringing Dorothy Brown tactics.
All right.
Stop.
All right,
boy.
listen, I have one
Fucking
more
big
clip
ass paws
that I
off.
have to
Stop.
show.
God damn
And
it.
the reason why I say I
You're
have to show you is because if I simply told you what she did, you wouldn't believe me.
Yeah, that's right.
You
See?
have to actually see.
You have to see it, man. I'm telling you.
Nobody knows stuff. Don't nobody know nothing.
Nah, she can't get down with Trump. Trump ain't fucking with her. Trump ain't even gonna pardon her when she get locked up, because she gonna ask him to. She gonna want him to pardon her when she get locked up.
Punctuating her political points with the help of her own DJ.
Every single resident.
Uh-oh.
What you owe me.
Hey, every single resident. Pay me what you owe me, nigga.
Only on
Fuck
2
wrong
tonight,
with y'all.
outrage
That
in a
bitch was
different South
gangster.
suburban town, Dalton.
That bitch was a
Hundreds of
gangster.
people lined up to pay tickets they say they never should have gotten. As CBS 2's Gerard Terry explains, they were told to show up in court today or the fines would double.
You better show up today or we're going to double these fines on your ass.
Noise in South suburban
We'll find your ass. You'll find your ass like fucking Ike Turner.
From hundreds in
What
long
the fuck you
lines
talking about?
outside the municipal court. How long were you in that line?
Tiffany ain't playing no fucking games.
Yeah, I sat down, I stood up.
I've been in line for 2 hours. They are all here after getting slapped with various citations all of a
Citations?
sudden by the city.
Find your ass, motherfucker. You get fined.
And then I had to put my glasses on.
Elizabeth Watson quickly saw an extra zero for a total sum of $500. And if she didn't stand in this line to appear in court,
After the 21st, I'll be on $1,000.
Oh,
which is why hundreds packed the municipal court.
That's a lot for a senior citizen, you know, on a fixed income.
And these outrageous amounts is insane.
All right, so listen. There's so many parts to this story. I couldn't fit it in all the clips. When I'm done with my notes, I'm going to start taking on callers. There's a link in the chat. All you have to do is hit the link to the chat. You can come up. We'll have a conversation. Maybe we'll talk about the many other things that were in this story. But I wanted to focus on 3 points. When I was doing my notes, 3 things jumped out at me, and I want to go over them with you tonight. Point number 1 is the misappropriation of funds. Now, misappropriation of funds is not a common crime that people see on the street level. This is more white-collar crime. Misappropriation of funds is when
Most niggas
someone
don't get access
uses
to the funds.
another
You're
person's
right.
money for a reason outside of what they're authorized for.
Most niggas don't
Right?
get an
It's not
opportunity
simply
to get to the
stealing.
funds. You're
Stealing money
absolutely
is
right.
a street level crime. We're not talking about street level.
Right?
Misappropriation of funds is when you have a person who's actually authorized to access someone's account and to actually make payments as needed, but they don't make payments towards things that they're supposed to. They make payments of a personal nature. And I believe, based on the information that is presented by the Board of Trustees and the information that I got from the various news sites, the city girl mayor just may be doing some misappropriations of funds. When you take a look at $24,000 spent on restaurants, it seems like that's of a personal nature. Then we have the various trips and the hotel stays, and once again, more restaurants. Now, I know the mayor believes that because she is so important and that she has control over the money of the city, that if she goes out somewhere and she's doing work for the city, then it's okay. But it's not. And I believe the federal government will probably have something to say about that. But I'm going to move on to my second point here. Second point of the night, I want to talk about
this shit too.
negligent hiring. This is something that many of you probably are unaware of. It's something that business owners,
I believe the federal government gonna have something to say about
and
that
also nonprofit and government.
What y'all
agencies.
think? Y'all think so?
Neglect hiring.
Y'all
right?
think the federal
Negligent
government gonna have something to say about this shit?
Is when you put a person
I should have lit the fire
in a
pit for
position
us.
that could potentially do harm to your customers, your clients, or the general public, and you did not do your due diligence,
gotta do your due diligence,
vetting the person,
you got to,
or you didn't put safeguards in place to make sure that this person wouldn't harm the public because you are aware of something in their behavior or their past.
Right.
But when you have a man who went to jail for 25 years for a SA offender, right? He's on the registry list. And you give this man a badge and a car and the authority to go in and out and around the homes of the citizens of the city. To me, that seems like negligence, right? Now, once again, pocket watching with JT, we believe in second chances. We believe in giving people an opportunity to change their lives and try to rebuild and not hold them to the things that they did in the past.
Fuck that shit.
Depending on the crime that you commit, there are certain consequences for your actions. And if you're on the registry list, and the issue with this guy is he didn't properly register. It wasn't until after the initial news report letting people know that he should be on the registry list that the authorities found out that he did not properly register. And I believe he was arrested and they had to take care of that. But that just shows you,
as he should,
even though this is the mayor's personal friend and she wants to help her friend, she is putting other citizens in harm's way. There's got to be another position. There's got to be something else that he can do where he's not openly interacting with the general public. Here's an example. Many of you are aware of a man who calls himself Brother Polite.
Brother Polite.
Michael
Locked
Note.
his ass up.
Michael Note,
gone,
a.k.a. Brother Polite,
locked
he's
up
in prison right now.
In prison right
for
now.
doing something very similar to what this gentleman did.
Sure did.
And
sure
when
did.
Michael Note gets out of prison, he cannot do the same job that this fella is doing.
He sure can.
Because the judge ordered and put it within the restrictions of what he's going to be doing for the rest of his life. He cannot have free access to children, right? He cannot have a job where he has a uniform and a badge because that gives him authority in situations where he
dinner is served.
That authority.
It's the life of a single man right here.
Bad behavior. So I believe there could be a case here for negligent hiring of the registry guy and giving him a badge and access to the general public.
Access to the general public.
That's an issue.
To a goddamn pedo. Yo, let's get them likes up, son.
And this one,
let's get them likes up, y'all. Anybody in here? Anybody still in here?
The lessons of New Jack City. Okay? The lessons of New Jack City. Now, I don't know about you.
My phone about to die, so I'm going to switch my live to my other device.
I've watched New Jack City no fewer than 50 times.
New Jack City was a classic.
I watched the movie 50 times. It was a classic in my household.
No doubt.
I know it front and back. Seen it so many times. And the funny thing about this story, when I saw that the city girl mayor dressed up and role played as Nino Brown during a council meeting, I thought to myself, this woman just accidentally showed us what her true character is.
Yep.
Right? Maybe she was unaware of what she was doing, but in my point of view, she accidentally showed us what her true character is. Because for those of you who have never seen the movie, Nino Brown is not the hero of the movie. Nino Brown is the villain of the movie. Right? Spoiler alert. I know it's an old movie. Spoiler alert. Nino Brown is the villain.
Sure was. He sure was.
Now, for those of you that didn't see it, Nino Brown is a man who came to power during the movie. And in order to come to power, he actually had to unseat and get out of the way the Italian mafia.
Yeah, he had to get rid of
The
that.
Italian mafia during the movie in the city, they were the ones that were in control of crime and drugs.
Until Nino showed up.
Nino Brown decided to move them out of the way. But
yeah, they got to go.
He didn't want to move them out of the way to stop crime.
Mm-hmm.
He did not want to move them out of the way.
It was
to
facilitate
drug trafficking.
It was to
He wanted to move
facilitate
them out of the way.
a different type of.
Replace them.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was the same result, different color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nino Brown wanted to replace the mafia with CMB,
Cash Money
That
Brothers,
was
baby. We all we got. We all we got. Am I my brother's keeper?
Things really didn't change.
Yes.
When he came to power,
I am.
He still terrorized the community. He used violence, drug trafficking, to absolutely keep people in fear. The only difference was he was doing it for the culture. See, Nino Brown's thinking was, if someone is going to profit and become wealthy from exploiting his community, they might as well be black. There's a lot of fake gurus out here that think the same way, but that's for another show. But let's stay focused on the New Jack City lessons. Now, once again, the city girl mayor role played as Nino.
She did. She slayed
He is the villain. Now,
she slayed it.
It wasn't all bad.
She slayed it.
Nino Brown would also sometimes he would do charitable events in the community.
He sure did.
You know, during Thanksgiving, he would pass out food. Now, you would think he was doing this to help the community.
No,
but
it's
if
an
he
image.
wanted to really help the community.
It's an image he tried.
Passing out turkeys on Thanksgiving is a drop in the bucket. He could stop committing crimes. He could stop murdering people. He could do all of these things to help the community. But on Thanksgiving, he decided, I'm going to pass out turkeys. Why? Well, in my
Bumpy
opinion,
Johnson
he's a
did it.
film critic than I am. In my opinion, he did it because of his overinflated ego. Even though he is the villain of the movie, he still wanted people to see him as somewhat of a hero. His ego led him to try to do things to gain favor with the little guys. Now, he also had the police on his payroll. He would use the police to help him engage in his criminal behavior. Keep that in your back pocket. But by the end of the movie, like most movies, the villain ends up having to face some consequences.
Karma.
He's in court. Nino
Karma.
Brown. In court.
Karma.
And he's faced to confront all of the bad deeds that he did throughout the movie.
And he beats that shit.
He's given an opportunity.
He beat that shit.
To admit to what he did and take responsibility.
He did better than Diddy. He beat all that shit.
See, Nino Brown starts to point the finger. Nino Brown blames everybody but himself for his situation.
And
he blames the government. He blames corporate America.
And he won.
He blames everybody. He's just a pawn in the system. And being the
just
coward
a small
that Nino
fish in the
Brown
pond.
was. Now, I know, listen, if you watch the movie, I know Nino Brown is cool in the movie. But being cool doesn't mean he was right. He's the villain. But being the coward that Nino Brown ultimately was.
Nigga, Nino had a Jeep Wrangler when it wasn't even popular to have a Jeep Wrangler.
Nino
nigga.
Brown agrees to snitch
Fuck
on
you
other
talking
people,
about? I know
and
that's
he gets
right.
A slap on the wrist.
Everybody
I
wanted to be
believe
Nino.
He was only going to do 1 year in prison. He'd be back out doing his thing. And it's at this moment when we find out who the real hero of the movie was. See, we see this guy all throughout the movie. We have no idea he's the hero. It's this man right here.
The old
In
black
New
guy.
Jack City,
Yeah.
this old man
Yes, sir.
is the hero.
Nino.
It wasn't the cops. It
Your
wasn't
soul
the judge,
is
wasn't
required
the
in
prosecutor.
hell.
It's this old man. And the reason why I'm calling him the old man is because the character doesn't have a name.
Sure didn't.
If you look at the credits, it just says old man. But throughout the movie, he is highly upset with what's going on.
Pissed.
He tries to get the authorities to shut Nino Brown down.
Nothing.
No results. He even goes to Nino Brown and confronts him to his face. Nothing happens. Then when he sees that Nino Brown gets a deal from the government, he was going to get a slap on the wrist. the real hero of the story, who's just an old man, a concerned citizen, someone that will not allow this tragic situation of a man who terrorized his community for the culture, a man who terrorized his community, he's not going to let him just walk away.
Nope.
So what
not
does
this
he do?
old nigga.
He ultimately
Pew, pew.
is the one that brings justice
Pew, pew.
to Nino Brown.
Street
now,
justice.
Where am I going with this?
The street justice, you know, vigilante justice.
At this point, I
but
want to give a
justice
shout out
nonetheless.
to who I personally believe are the true heroes of the real life story. It is the Dalton Board of Trustees. These are the people who are holding the city girl mayor accountable. Ultimately, if the feds come in, which I believe the feds will come in.
Oh, they're coming.
And she goes to court and she's
they're coming.
Responsible for all of the mismanagement of the funds. All of that happens.
Oh, they coming.
If it happens, it is because of the Board of Trustees. So
when,
shout out
when it happens.
to the Dalton Board of Trustees.
You can thank the Bolton Board, the Dalton Board of Trustees.
Maybe you can tell me something.
The Bolton Board of Trustees, damn it.
But when you look at it, you have a woman who was voted in. I believe she was approved by like 82%, something crazy like that. She was
and
voted
30
in,
days later, they
she
rescinded
was
that
highlighted
shit.
as the first black female mayor of this town.
And 30 days later, they said, oh, we fucked up. Oopsie.
Go.
Never mind, bitch. Give us your keys back to the city hall.
Mismanagement of funds, of thug-like tactics.
Mismanagement of funds, thug-like tactics.
They even recalled this woman because I see some people
they
say,
recalled her.
Why don't they recall
30 days. They did. 30 days
they
after she was in. They did.
They tried.
They tried. It didn't work.
But because of some procedural issues, it didn't work. Maybe I'll talk to one of the callers and we can explain it a little further. But they tried. They held a vote. They voted to recall her and get her out of office. But because this was like one of the first times that this particular city did it, they did it incorrectly and the courts took it out.
They fucked it off.
This is what I want you guys
she
to do.
was
Hit
off
the link
to the races,
in the
baby.
chat. It's audio only. You're not going to be seen, but you can hit the link and we'll have a conversation.
$7 million later.
Here we go. We got a few people back here already.
A $40 million lawsuit. They got to settle
Greg,
later because of this bitch, you know.
Bianca,
Dalton
SJ,
fucked up, man. She took them through there.
and
She
the
took them through there. You hear me?
investor in that order. So here we go. Let me bring you guys up and let's have a conversation. So,
She took Dalton
you're live on the air
up
with
through there,
Pop Watch with
baby.
JT, what's going on?
Y'all ain't got to never worry about Dalton hiring another female black mayor. I promise you that shit. Nor supervisor.
Yeah,
for Thornton Township.
me on another device.
All right, so well, first off, you know, I took some notes and
they ain't gonna fuck up like that again.
let me do that. All right.
Get it off.
I'm strictly on the app. Is that better?
There we go. All right,
okay. All right. So I can't hear you, but I had took some notes. So first off, I wanted to say I'm sorry for emailing you so many times. Just as I'm hearing this thing, I said, man, I done emailed like 7 links to first email, 11 links to 30. But I said, man, let me stop emailing him, man. There's so much happening every day.
What you calling in for,
that you
nigga?
can actually,
Get to the fucking
it's
point.
like mind-boggling to me. You know, I'm not from Illinois. I'm from Georgia. So you know, I got hooked on.
So you already out of
lessons,
place.
So I wanted to hook you up. And maybe you could talk about it. And
Nigga, maybe you could talk about what the fuck you called and to talk about.
Because I can't hear you about
shit.
She's locking out the other board members. So what recourse do they have? And
none, nigga. They tried to recall it and it didn't work. You ain't listening.
It was an app or some kind of software they were using to be able to track her spending. She locked them out of that.
I can't stand motherfuckers that call that like that, man. I swear.
And so what recourse do they have now, you know, as a board of directors to try
You worry about what recourse they got.
I do know that she sent me an email and she said, what question do you have, you know, or something like that. So, and then also, can the governor of Illinois do anything, or can he step in and appoint somebody else to take over? And then ultimately, how is accountability achieved here? So those are my few things. I'm gonna log off so I can hear you.
You need to.
And,
you need to log off and just listen.
All right, thanks. So listen.
You one of them niggas that don't need to call in ever.
Listen, y'all can email me all
No
day.
way.
It ain't a big deal. If you're passionate
Don't
about
even call
a
the damn
particular story you like to see
911
react
to
to,
report an
no
emergency.
problem. Email me all day. It's not a big deal. So thank you for the suggestion on this video. But listen, there's so many things within this. Let's start off with what the trustees can do and are doing. One, they did
Trustees are
hold
councilmen
a
and
recall
councilwomen.
election, and they actually got the approval vote to get the city girl mayor recalled.
You all right,
Here's the
Odie?
issue. The vote was supposed to be a two-step vote. Now, this is based on
You all right,
research.
Odie?
What happens
Bodie?
is you put it
Odie.
on the ballot asking the
Odie.
question, should we recall the mayor?
Odie.
If that vote gets approved, a few months down the road, you can hold another vote to actually recall the mayor. What the township or what the village did was, on one ballot, they said, should we recall the mayor? And yes or no, do you want the mayor recalled? They did it on one ballot, and it was approved on both ends.
Yeah, that nigga
Yes,
just
enough
wanted to
people
talk
said,
to
yes,
anybody.
we want her
just for
recalled, or we
shit.
want to do a recall.
What the fuck did he even
And
say?
then second, they said, yes, we want a recall. So they got the votes. But the problem is, based on, I believe, the Constitution of the state, they had to do it in two separate votes, not one vote. So when it went to the courts actually set it off to the side. So that's why she's still in office right now. She's not in office because the people want her there. She's in office because a procedural issue that they have. Now, I want to talk about the locking out the trustees. So there's two levels of being locked out. One is the physical level. This woman physically locked them out of the government building for them to be able to, hold a meeting and pass whatever paperwork or whatever that they needed to do. So they held the meeting outside. So, whatever that happens with that, that's an issue that they're probably going to have in the courts, making the courts
because she going to court.
That she
just so y'all know, she going to court,
y'all. Out the board of trustees, because the board of trustees are elected officials the same as the mayor. Like, I feel as if she missed social studies, right? The president or the executive branch is not the ruler over everybody. There's supposed to be checks and balances. And you have this city girl mayor, shout out to Pink Book Lessons.
City girl mayor.
Came up with that term. You have this city girl mayor who is just doing whatever she wants because she believes she holds the highest position.
Right.
But in reality, you have the executive branch, you have the legislative, and then you have the judicial branches, and they all coexist together. I don't think she understands that. Plus, she has a particular pull when it comes to the police department because she's the one that is overpaying the police department, right? Kind of like Nino Brown in a sense, right? She has the
she got them in her pocket. They on payroll. What the fuck you mean?
She's the one that's giving them all this crazy overtime.
She set that shit up right. She set that shit up right. Tiffany and y'all were talking.
They jump because they're making more money than they ever made before.
That's right.
And they also need to be aware that they could be implicated in some of the court dealings.
Shall be. They already got the chief.
Money.
They already got Chief Lindsay. They done flipped his ass. He done turned state evidence already.
330 hours in a time span where there was only like 336 hours for you to be able to do it, which seems absolutely ridiculous. So that's the side that gets crazy. Now, the other part of being locked out, there is an accounting system that they have where it's an online accounting system where not the general public, but I believe the board of trustees, they can log into the accounting system and they can see the transactions that the mayor is doing. After she kind of got put on Front Street about certain transactions that she was doing, she, not physically, but technologically, locked them out of the online accounting system. So now they can no longer view the transactions that the mayor is doing. I mean, the mayor did like ridiculous stuff. She paid or got a lease for a truck that's like $150,000
For a Tahoe, y'all.
that the city's paying for
$150,000 Tahoe
and
on a
then
lease.
She signed a check or passed for an expense that was over $500,000. In this particular city, you have to have 2 signatures on a check. I'm pretty sure a check of that size. Maybe a smaller check, you only need 1 signature, but definitely for $500,000, you need more than 1 signature for it to actually be approved. She wrote a check that was over $500,000. I want to say it was like $560-something thousand. And she was the only person that signed the check, which is against the bylaws, the Constitution, whatever it is.
Fuck them bylaws.
But
She don't give a fuck about no bylaws.
One of those things that she's gonna probably
talking
have
about
to deal
Tiffany Henyard here,
with the feds when the feds come knocking on the door. And once again, people who are used to street level crime, the feds are not your local police department. They do not step in and stop a criminal while they're in the act of committing a crime. Really, when it's white collar crime. Now, if they're robbing a bank or something like that, that's different, right? If they're kidnapping someone, that's different. But white collar crime, when the feds step in, they will sit back and just document. And they will get as much evidence as they need. So when they come to you, you know you're gone.
We got your ass.
They want you to take a plea deal.
Got
they
you,
really
bitch.
don't want to take
got
it to court.
Deal for
they want
you,
enough evidence. So if she thinks that she's
we got a deal for you,
the feds haven't come in yet, she's mistaken. The feds are giving you enough rope
to hang yourself. Damn right.
All right, let me bring up the next person. We have Bianca. Bianca, you are live on the air with Pocket Watching with JT. What's going on?
Hey JT, this is the second time I'm calling in. Thank you so much for letting me come on for a brief moment.
Yes, ma'am. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I've been following this story and listening to it in various places. It's just so disheartening because even some of the people of the city have been speaking out and saying how many of them voted for her at the time based on the merit of her being an African American, a Black woman, and really wanting to make sure they made history in this way. And, you know, it's unfortunate that they're going through this. I myself live in a smaller town, but I'm in Dallas, and it's DeSoto with the wonderful mayor we have, Rachel Proctor, young Black woman. She's doing incredible things. But to see them, so I can kind of relate to wanting to make history in this way. However, it's really time that we step away from looking at making history as a Black woman. And I know that there are those, and I've been looking at it in different spaces that are talking about don't hurt or harm a Black sister. Listen, if we as Black people don't check bad behavior as Black people, then we neglect to set standards. And the standard we need to be setting is not someone getting in leadership that's Black or a woman. We need to get somebody in that's qualified and accountable. And what we're seeing with them, and my heart is breaking, is that even with the whole thing about having someone in a position who has that's on the offender list, like that puts your babies at risk. It's so many different things that we neglect to get that title of somebody Black and somebody a woman, but really we don't get anything in return. So if you
y'all jump on my other live. This phone about to be dead. Jump on the other live, y'all.
How about you stay accountable to making sure those same people who put you in office on the merits of you being Black and a woman, how about you make sure they're taken care of in the long run? And what she's showing is that she's it seems that she's selfish. I don't want to say that she is, but you know, she's selfish and she's running that city like it's her personal company. Like she got her goons, they doing with her, like the police officers looking like they got personal bodyguards. I'm just trying to understand. I've never seen something like this before. Then you got the New Jack City, like
be good to yourselves, be good to others, protect and maintain your peace at all costs. Hit that cash app, y'all, $ BISHLO.
I'm just saying.
Until the next one, y'all, may there be peace between me and thee.
Because if we don't look
I'm
at
gone,
that,
y'all.
you
Church.
just might as
Jump
well
on that
just
other
get your
live.
reality show. I think that's what
Jump
you
on
need.
that other
We don't
live,
want
y'all.
you to run this
It's
city.
already going.
We don't.
Church.